It's
We'll
just
talk about this
different.
later.
All right. Welcome to Open Comms. For some reason, there was no audio on the intro. I'll have to fix that. I did remake it, but and that's not supposed to be up. All right, here we go. Welcome to Open Comms. We're back. Sorry, guys, we were gone last week, but we're back this week. So, Blazing Bunny, welcome back. Dom,
Hello.
welcome back.
Hello, hello.
All right, let's get this shit rolling. So, we'll get into the show. Big elephant in the room. Just gonna address it now. Dirk and Brisk are gone. Brisk is gonna be off just doing meta show. He's done with Open Comms, and Dirk is done with Open Comms as well. So, just Joe is saying for Open Comms. All right, yeah. Sorry, Sikander. Yeah, you had to wait a week, but yeah. So they're gonna be gone. We're gonna move forward. It's gonna be us three plus LB. LB is not gone. He's gone for now until summer. He's deployed out to Latvia, but as soon as he's back, he'll be back.
Latvia, the Eastern European country?
Yeah, like he's
That's
over.
dope.
Yeah. He's they're doing some army drill. He said they're doing army drills and under the radar, like keeping an eye on Russia over by Ukraine.
Latvia
Just
is
in
really
case.
cool. Whenever I was in the Air Force, we had a TDY to Poland, and that was really, really fun. So, I mean, I don't know how fun he's having in an army trip, but you know what I mean. Eastern Europe can be super dope.
Yeah, there was already a few stories like they had to live out in tents, and there was a hole in some of the tents initially, but they're like, yeah, we put some like tarp and tape and stuff over it, and it's fine. It's already going great over there, but yeah, so they'll be gone. It was I guess it's been some time coming. Dirk's been wanting to move on. Brisk has been getting a bit overstressed doing 2 shows, especially one Friday night and then one Saturday morning. So we're gonna move forward with them gone, but I was gonna do an opening shot just to start with for those guys. I mean, Dirk's still a good friend of mine. It's not like they're gone and we're never talking again. So it's just we'll do a shot for those guys for everything that they've done for the show.
Thanks a lot for everything. Yep.
No bad blood. Dirk's
Yeah.
still fun to party with in Vegas.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, hopefully,
Yeah, we'll be getting to the. I mean, we can actually. We might as well just start off with
the meat news.
the meat news. I was not
Yeah,
prepared for that
meat
because
news,
I was going to
dude.
show the video.
That sounds like a great segment, doesn't it? Meat news.
Yeah, the meat news.
You just need a picture. You just need a big picture of a steak in the center of the
Just big meat
of the screen. Yeah.
So yeah, so there's gonna be a Vegas. Vegas is confirmed. I actually didn't get the dates yet because I watched the video.
22nd to the 24th.
22nd through the 24th. October still.
October. Yep.
Okay,
October 22nd.
so pretty
to
much
24th.
same-ish time. There's
Now,
also
big difference this time though is it's the Imperium is the one hosting it, not CCP this time, and they're going to be downtown, not on the Strip.
Oh,
it's-
so more
it's a big
towards
difference. Yep, they're going to be on Fremont Street. One of the
Fremont,
hotels on
right? Yeah, I always
Street,
forget the name of that thing.
What's the difference? Remind me.
It's about 10 miles. Downtown's like the original Vegas casinos. The Strip was a different road. They used to be spread out. Now it's all one thing, but it's just different. It's a different feel.
Yeah, Fremont's a lot of the. I guess it's like it's not old Vegas because it's all been it's constantly
But yeah,
getting
you're right.
re-fucking
It's not
built,
really
so-
there anymore, is it?
But like Fremont is the one where like the big. Did you go to Fremont in 2019? Did we do Fremont? That
The
year?
big a long time ago, the big difference was downtown. All the casinos right next to each other. On the Strip, they were all separated and spread out. That's no longer the case in either place, but that's kind of the big differences between them that I, as somebody not from Vegas, could see.
So Las Vegas, so 2019. Ugh, that hurts my heart to say too. That was 2019. Las Vegas, I either sat at the cabana and listened to that guy mix music badly, the DJ, or I drank.
Dude, we were all
I hung
jamming
out
to
with.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it was good music. He was just mixed so badly. Or I was walking around with like Lady and the Dice guys and fucking drinking. I was double fisting the slushy drinks from down the road from the Bird Bar, and those were fantastic. It reminded me of Fat Tuesdays. They were just not as strong.
Oh, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Are they good? I never tried one.
They were delicious. Oh my god. I had like 4 different little empty plastic guitars fucking by the end of the day. And then we waited in line. Lady Scarlet and a couple other people. We all waited in line for the bar / Ferris wheel. Like halfway through, me and Omar lost interest and then wandered away and got drunk.
All right, we got the raid Talking Stations, 178. Holy shit! What a busy night for Talking Stations. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. It's not the Rabbit of Fire. It's Blazing Bunny. Rain, can't you read the nameplate?
It's the same.
Should
thing.
I actually change that to Rabbit of Fire?
Please.
I thought that
Don't.
Rabbit of Fire was a Redline's alt.
It's not actually. So that was the. Remember we were talking before the show about my T-shirt. If I wear a T-shirt with Blazing Bunny, I'm like, some people are like, "Who are you? Just some fucking pleb."
Oh,
but
Raging
not...
Rabbit. That sounds good.
So I have a whole
That's the
bunch of
next
different
iteration.
alts. Every time somebody pitches me a different alt name, so I have the Couch of Casting now. That's gonna be one of my new dread alts.
So the actual couch itself.
The Couch of Casting, yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
Perfect. I'm trying to get this the Vegas video. So yeah, you guys that just all came in, we're getting some of the easy stuff. We're gonna be getting into the Eve meet discussion. There's gonna be
Oh
an
my
Eve...
God, Benny! Look what you just said in chat.
Talking about Sikander.
You called it 100%.
I fucking told you. And it's made. The bed is made. It's just the dog kicks up that one corner every time she jumps up on my bed. It still counts.
Yeah.
Made bed.
He literally
It's 'cause
said,
it was
like, I
made
better make my
earlier, yeah.
bed
He
before
made
we
it
go
for you
on because
guys.
people give me shit for that. So there you go.
Yeah. Motherfucker. Leave my
That's too funny. I'm
mostly
sorry, that's
made
funny.
bed out of this.
But yeah, so we're gonna get this. We're just gonna play this video. So we're gonna talk about Vegas, and we're gonna because Vegas is coming up this year. They're gonna do it again in October 22nd to the 25th. You said, Dom?
24th.
24th. 20s.
Friday, Saturday,
Just go
Sunday.
there October 20th to the 29th.
That's where I
You'll
go.
find it.
20th, yeah.
No, you didn't miss it, Asher. And then after that, we'll get into. They didn't make a video or anything yet, but Delana and DJ and all those guys did release that there is going to be an Eve NOLA this year in August. So,
That's already confirmed for 100%, right? Confirmed, correct?
yeah, they already got a hold of the Marriott, and
Awesome.
they've. So the dates,
Let me
I'll have to
find-
look at it while the video's playing. But the dates set for the event, and the hotel actually is expanding on each side of those dates. If you want to get there early and leave late, they're giving the room rate deals for that entire time. So that should be pretty good. But I'm gonna play this. I think.
So while he's looking for the video, the dates for Eve NOLA are currently set in stone for August 13th to the 15th. So, and then the room blockout is extended the 11th to the 18th, and they're getting the link. So, whenever, just if you're interested, I can drop the Eve New Orleans Discord link in chat at some point. I'm not sure what I can and can't do anymore, but
No, this channel doesn't have any. I don't know if I should say this, but it doesn't have any restrictions on links in the chat. No one's abused it yet, so we haven't.
I'm actually kind of.
We
shocked
haven't
I
had to
can-
put any restrictions. Eventually there'll be that one guy that
Oh, there it is.
ruins it for everyone, but don't be that guy. I don't hold bots responsible, although if the bots do flood our channel and start spamming like gold farming links or something like that, I don't
Nice,
know.
Sikander.
We'll get rid of it. But all right, we got the video ready. We're gonna play this. This is from Seriously, or I think his name is Seriously. Really good video. So this is just a little trailer for the Eve Vegas coming up. So we'll play this and then we'll get into it.
When the world stops moving and the days blur
Can we hear it?
to one,
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you feel like you're losing.
God damn it.
But the best is yet to come. We've been missing a connection through the distance. It feels like everything we have is going wrong. We try to fight off our demons and remember that feeling. 'Cause I promise you it won't be that long. If only we can hold on. When all of this is over, I'll see your face days it feels like we're gonna lose it all. But if we hold on to the faith that if we're meant to be, we'll make it. And I can promise you it won't be that long. If only we can when all of this is over, I'll see your face again. It's feeling like we're worlds apart, but no matter what the distance, you're always in my heart. And I know you're feeling down, but don't worry, 'cause I'll find a way to turn it all around. If only we can hold on. When all of this is over, I'll see your face again. If only we can hold on. When all of this is over, I'll see your face again. If only we can when all of this is over, I'll see your face again. I'll see your face again.
That's fantastic. Karma
All right,
Fadric
pretty
Cootie, of
fucking
course.
good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about the pufferfish emoji. Holy shit.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Welcome back
And the
to
fact I could give it the thinking hand is even better.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
have-
perfect. And honestly, it's not used much. But you gotta bring it back. You gotta
I have
bring it back to the style.
80,000 points on this channel. That's so many thinking hand puffer fishes.
But yeah, so Vegas. Man, like there was no meetups last year other than
That's
you know,
not true.
I guess
we did
that's
a-
true.
We did eat Vegas.
Oh, hold on, I gotta close my window. I forgot that that's open. But yeah, you guys did a
Multiplex
Vegas,
Gaming.
but there was
We did it.
you know,
We all
a
met
dozen
in
people there.
Vegas last year. There was 12 of us. We were super spreaders. We know. We don't fucking care. We're bad people.
Manic, you have to make it yourself, dude. You just go to modify the emoji and then fucking hit it with the thinking hand.
Yeah,
There
that's like
you
the
go.
one thing you can spend your points on in this channel. That and highlighting your message or something like that.
I use all my points on Redline server to mute Loki every time he talks.
Wait, you can do that. We should
He
probably
has
start
the
setting up
option.
some. We should probably start Sikander Colding. Oh man, I haven't.
Oh my god,
Dude, it's like I take 1 week off and I don't even know how to run this show anymore. Blazing, thanks for the resub. Dom, thanks for the resub. You guys are here. Stragag, thanks for the resub. And
Am I
then
still our only tier 1?
tier 3, you mean?
Whatever the big one is.
Yeah, you're like the big baller, and we don't even have an emote that's for you. So
I think I got to choose it though, if I remember correctly. Way
you,
back
you are
when.
allowed to choose. I did.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
like about 30 seconds before the show started, Rain.
Well, no, it was like 5 minutes.
We talked about it about 40 minutes before, then we forgot.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta send the
We were
1 hour
talking about
tweet out, and then I got
nonsensical
busy
stuff,
redoing intro stuff and doing some more things, stuff that I was supposed to be spending last weekend doing that I didn't, because I'm great at procrastinating like that.
139 people in the show though. That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
friends.
we get the weekly raid from Talking in Stations, and they all hop on over here. Mrs. LB, welcome.
I forgot that they do their Friday night show now. I guess I've never really.
I think they do
To
a
be
show
honest,
every night.
I don't really pay attention in abundance to Talking in Stations, mostly because I forget. To be honest, I've actually kind of forgot Twitch was a thing until we started typing in the main cast channel on on the
Yeah.
Open Cobs server, and I'm like, oh fuck, Twitch is a thing, right?
Yeah, come hang out, Manic. But yeah. So man, I keep getting talking in circles.
I'll drag him.
I
in
think
with
he's
this
got role. No, he was a host. He's got roles to hop on up here. I think.
game. I don't remember.
I don't
Like
know.
I said, it's been like a year
But-
since I've been on this.
Yeah. So Vegas. There's Vegas, and then let me look at the dates. I know it was August for Eve Nola. Those are both events that I've heard. I think
The weekend of the 11th to the 18th. That's when the hotels are blocked out for.
Yeah, yeah.
in
So I
August?
think it's the 13th to the 16th or something. That weekend in there. Is
13th
the-
to the 15th is that
15th.
Friday to Sunday.
Yeah, so
But
that's the
you can-
actual event.
But you can basically reserve your hotels if you wanted to from Wednesday to Wednesday. It would appear, which is really dope of them.
Aaron Rao, thanks for the gifted sub to Mrs. Elby. Yeah, so man, I'm on the fence. I've said it before. I can only do one meetup this year, and I am on the fence. Do I go to NOLA? Never been there. Should be fun. It'll be a whole different atmosphere. You get the Bourbon Street experience. It's not Mardi Gras, but it's like that would be a bunch of fun. I know that a crawfish broil is definitely something that Delana was saying is going to be a thing for that.
Ooh, that's a good point. How many subs till you can go to both?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not just gonna like jack the wallet and be like, yeah, all right, here's my money. It's not my money. It's the show's money.
But we would want you to spend it on going to both.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Is like I've spent plenty of the show's money on me, like and us drinks and all that stuff. If anyone just gets to go on a trip with the wallet, it would be LB, because LB has not seen a dime from this show because he never gets to go to Vegas.
Will he be
So-
back by then?
True.
That's what I tried to say it, and he's always like, no, don't, just nah, it's fine. I'm like, but you never get to go to Vegas, dude. If we like bought your plane ticket or paid for like half of your hotel, could you go to Vegas? Because if you could, we're doing that
For
with the
sure,
wallet, so you
that'd
can
be
go.
awesome, yeah.
Because I've actually
Yeah.
never met LB, and he's like literally the one person that's been on this show ever that I've not met in person.
Spooky Canadian Army man.
Yeah. When
It's
is it?
October
It's in
22nd,
October.
Miss Elby.
Yeah, late October, Mrs. Elby. But
So
anyway,
August
That'd
and
be
October,
fantastic.
huh?
Yeah.
You know what that means is we have June and July to plan a Florida meetup. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
I
the
thought you were in North Dakota. You down in Florida now?
No, I wish. North
Oh.
Dakota is still terrible though. I know I haven't been on in a long
North
time.
Dakota. It's beautiful. there.
Fuck no.
I think
I wouldn't even go to that, dude. North Dakota is hot trash
No one travels to North Dakota unless they
or
have to.
cold trash, I guess.
yeah, Delana, that's the thing, is I can't go to both. And so it's like I'm on the fence of like Vegas is gonna be like the bigger hyped up party, but like NOLA is something I've been wanting to do since it was announced a couple years ago or last year, and it didn't end up happening.
Did you read that? He might be able to. They're moving the end of August.
Ooh, hell yeah! Taldock, thanks for the resub. Manic, I think, is getting ready. Yeah, so it's like I don't know.
I'm gonna try to go.
Go to
both,
the new
'cause
place,
I've
go
never
to the
been- I'm
old
going-
established party. But
yeah.
it's like I've been to Vegas like 5 or 6 times, so it's like I mean, it doesn't make it any less cool. But
Remember
it's,
how
We do a
fucking-
corp function while we're there. So we've I've got to go to Vegas, but I'm gonna try to go to New Orleans also. For me, I might drive
Right.
down there.
You remember how hype we got going into 2020 about NOLA? All the plans, like we were gonna rent a street on
We're gonna do a bus.
a
wasn't he?
balcony on fucking
yeah,
Bourbon
the
Street
balcony, the
bus.
Bourbon Street balcony.
He's gonna
That,
come pick you up and then come down through Iowa, pick me up. We were all gonna do that together.
As much as I would absolutely love to road trip with all of you, I have one condition. It is that we don't drive through any of the Dakotas, Nebraska, or Iowa, because all
We
of
have
it's
to.
terrible.
how do we pick
All
you
of
up if
it's
we
terrible.
can't drive? through
Iowa's
the
not
Dakotas?
terrible.
I'll fly to a different state that's way more fun to drive through. So like
There's none
whenever
of
I
them on the
drove,
way down there. None of those states are fun.
I
so
mean,
after I got
Missouri,
back from
I've never driven through North Dakota. I've been through South Dakota.
South
and
Dakota's
it's
beautiful.
not bad.
Iowa
tell
is
you
great.
what,
Ray,
you
you're
wanna-
right.
I
You
did
wanna-
stop
Iowa's
at
great.
Mount Rushmore. That was all right.
you want to picture what it's like to drive through North Dakota? Pull up a picture on your computer of
Excellent.
of a cornfield, right,
Oh,
or a
we got
wheat
man.
field, and then just leave it there. And
No,
that's-
not wheat. Corn for Iowa, wheat for Kansas.
Wherever it is, dude. All
It's
it's
different.
super farmy,
Don't fucking get on
super
Iowa. I'm
flat.
telling you
It's
right
all
now, Iowa's
terrible.
great.
It's all terrible.
Man,
You
it
wouldn't be able to
cows
eat
and
food if it wasn't for Iowa.
Knock knock, who's there? Garbage.
Hey, Manic.
Oh, I'm Matterall
Hi.
now. Yo.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
switched. I just switched scenes. I'll get the names. Don't
Fuck
worry.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, you got promoted, buddy.
Is that a
I also
promotion?
grew like 7 inches. Matterall's like 6'8", right? He's tall
I
as
thought
fuck.
he was like
I don't
No,
know.
Dude.
Matterall's shorter than I. Not by a lot, but I'm taller than Matterall.
You're 9 foot tall, Drayden.
I'm
Give me a
6.
break.
I'm 6'6".
I think
I
Buddy
think
and I, are
I
about
think
the same height.
Matterall's like 6'3" or 6'4".
I'm only talking shit about driving through states because it's flat and boring and terrible.
Yeah, I like how Rain
Driving
was
is-
Rain was saying like Iowa's great to drive through. It's like, well, it's just corn. It's
And soybeans.
And windmills.
corn
wind
and
farm.
soy. Like
And windmills, yeah.
Like, Idaho and Montana might not be the best states to live in, and they might not have the best people there, but they are beautiful as fuck to drive through. Well, the right parts.
Whenever you drive from Florida to North Dakota, you go through Georgia, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Kentucky's
and Kentucky
beautiful
and
to drive
Tennessee
through.
is so fun to drive through.
Yeah, that is a beautiful state. I wouldn't want to live there because I'm not a fan of some of the things they do to each other, but a beautiful state.
I'm just gonna leave that on a cliffhanger, I guess.
They do evil shit to each other. My brother lives in Louisville. And
Perfect.
God, that's a fucking rough
I haven't
city.
seen Manic's beautiful face in a long fucking time, dude. What does that say?
I don't know. He sounds like he looks like he's
Solo.
fed up with
Ah.
something. I don't think he can figure out his microphone, so he just.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
His
he's
co
back.
solo. That's funny. That's good stuff.
Oh, he's getting a drink.
I,
It was less severe.
I have to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I missed kind of interacting with everybody on the show and all that jazz. It's
You were
Can-
missed here too. So.
yeah, you're a liar too.
Yeah. No. I was in the
Drake
bunny.
would cry himself to sleep sometimes.
Dude, I was in the bunny defense camp. Not gonna lie, there were people like, man,
I like, yeah. I like
it's
that.
like I was like, no, he's busy with the war. He's coming back. They're like, no, he's never here. I'm like,
It's-
he's running fleets, dude. He's running fleets like every fucking night.
It was I'm not gonna lie, I loved the war up until the till we got into Delve, and at some point I'm like Pittsburgh.
Real
Here.
Delve or fake Delve?
Is it any of it real Delve? To be honest,
I mean, I don't know.
Is
It's-
any of it real?
I
I
just-
don't think any of it is real. What is Delve? I think Delve is just the friends we made along the way.
It's a mindset. It's just a mindset.
But it is honestly, it's
Soteria,
been a
I'm in
long
Delve,
war.
so.
I think we were talking about it, and we've been deployed. NC has been deployed because we went to Fountain first in what? July. It was a 4th of July move up.
been a while.
July of 2020, and we're almost to April.
But
So
did you
it's-
start attacking right away? I thought you guys like waited almost to the August. didn't
No,
you?
we went.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
So we moved. I remember we did like a full week of moves because it's like a 7 or 8 mid move from where we were, and that
Yeah,
started
that
the
was a
4th of
nightmare, I bet.
July, and then the weekend after that we started up U.S. time zone ops, but there wasn't a whole lot to do because Init is not strong U.S. time zone. So, but yeah, we've been for the better.
I couldn't
part
remember when you
deployed.
started hitting those structures in. What is that? D4 right there at the border.
The very first system
Yeah.
next to Hafib.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you, dude.
It was end of July though, I thought. Yeah.
We started that campaign with a very good fight against Blurkus while he was in Zealots, and where Rain and her Logikin got absolutely brutalized the entire time, and then after that it was pretty slow going for U.S. time zone. But I didn't really come on to talk about the war the entire time because, to be honest, I haven't played for like 3 weeks. So
What have you been doing with your life? Just drinking Coronas?
having one, I think.
I've actually, to be honest, this is the first time I've drank in like, oh my god, probably about the same time I stopped doing blow, which was January.
The same here.
Manning just disappeared at that announcement.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear him though.
No,
That is
like he literally
progress.
just phased out of existence. I don't know how he did that.
I know. I
On the
saw
blow
it as soon as
comment,
you
that was
said
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got clean in January until we have another meetup, and I would get to be a degenerate with everybody again. And then
There you go.
I haven't drank since then. But I mean, there's no reason to really have fun in North Dakota. This place is terrible. And if you thought lockdown was terrible in y'all states, this
You went
it's
from
like-
lockdown to
this,
worse
this
lockdown.
place is like being locked down all the time.
Yeah.
Idaho doesn't.
Because that's the thing,
Lockdown
is that
never
I
even
can't believe you stopped
existed in
drinking.
Idaho.
That's
Like,
really the only thing to do there, isn't it?
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many places in Idaho that like they didn't care what phase any governors. They're like around here, 50% of businesses have just pretended like the lockdown never existed in the first place. There was a bunch of bars that just never closed. They just stayed open the entire time. They didn't give a fuck, and no one stopped them. No one got them in trouble. There's like
Our stuff wasn't closed very long.
half of this
but-
state, the COVID thing doesn't even exist to them.
Did North Dakota shut down anything at all? I didn't think they did.
So North Dakota, or at least Grand Forks, I don't know about Bismarck, which is a little bit of a bigger town than us. So Grand Forks, for a while, they restricted the hours of bars and how many people could be in the establishment at once. So, for example, like the two biggest bars or nightclubs, if you could even fucking call them that, is they're called Level 10 and Joe Black's. And there could only be 15 people at a time in either one of those establishments. So you want to talk about that's the only time I've ever seen a line
so
out-
lame.
out
How
the
fun
door. Yeah.
would it be in a nightclub with 15 people?
We got in there, so it was me and
Hey,
5
you know
of
it's
my
gonna be
friends.
14 guys
So
and one
I'm
girl
so
too,
serious, right? So it was like me and 5 of my friends, and we went
So
in
it's like
there,
4
and
dancing,
that was
that's it.
that
You're
was more than
1/3
half
of the
of the
crowd.
fucking. That was like more than half of the people in the bar was just us, and I'm like, why aren't y'all letting more people in? Because you could see the line going down the block, and I'm like, first of all, why are people waiting in line for this?
Everybody's trying to get into this club
I
with
can't
fucking
wait to
people
staring
in it.
down.
I can't wait to get in there and dance with the other
How
2
many
people on
were
the
in line
floor.
because there was a line too? You know, they're thinking, oh, this must be great.
Yeah,
It's so
it's,
exclusive. They only let 15 people in at a time.
it was ridiculous, and I was like, why? What is going on? And the bartender's like, oh, we're only allowed to have 15 people in from the county regulation. I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my fucking life.
Why
like,
fucking
What's a
open at
normal
all?
count? Like 100 or 200 people?
Oh my god, it's a ton of fucking people.
That's insane.
Now, did they increase drink prices to compensate?
No, they didn't. I still got Vegas bombs. I've been keeping the Vegas bomb dream alive while I've been in North Dakota.
Was the line at the bar bad?
That was the most wild part. It was 15 people, not counting any of the staff. So there was like 40 people as staff and like 15 dudes standing around the bar. And I'm like, I feel like I have to fucking like drink till I black out to keep these people employed. It was the dumbest thing ever. But
Each of you had your own waiter.
I have to
Yeah.
see this.
I
There's gotta
have a
be
picture. I
pictures
gotta
out.
find it.
You
I got a
gotta
new
s-
phone
dude,
since then.
post of this.
But it was like
Fucking funny
literally
as
a
fuck.
selfie, right, of the fucking bar staff, and it was like me and my 4 other friends, and then like 30 bartenders and staff and waitresses and all this jazz, and I'm like, this is the dumbest shit ever. But
I just
it
like
was,
I just imagine like a human assembly line of like one person gets the glass and hands it over, the other person puts some ice in
Well,
it. And
they
hands it
they
over.
have to stand 6 feet apart.
Oh,
So they're throwing it.
shit.
So it just the 15 people in line at the bar is really long because they're all 6 feet apart from each other.
Snakes all the way back to the bathrooms. Yeah.
that was the other weird thing is the whole social distancing. So the actual distance part was never a thing in North Dakota or in Grand Forks.
Yeah, I think there's a lot
Well,
of
most
places
people
that are doing
can't count
that,
higher than 3, so that's problematic to get to 6.
I mean, in my area, I mean, like business is laid down, you know, stand in this square, you know, when you're like standing in line at the grocery store or at the bank or wherever you are, stand 6 feet apart. So they've got like tape on the floor for where you should stand, but nobody was following it. Like, I don't know.
You remember
See,
the
I
arrows?
enjoyed when somebody didn't follow it because I'd glare at them till they did. That for some reason that made
You
me
just
laugh.
stare them down.
It tickled me because I'm a dick, but I just like to do that to people.
Do you remember the fucking arrows in the grocery stores? Like you had to walk down this aisle the correct
Oh,
way.
they did that
I
here too.
One way.
never-
They're
I hated
still
those
doing it
because-
here in Utah.
Jesus. I would see those in
Somebody's
the
dog
aisle.
is upset.
Yeah, and those are downstairs too. That's how loud they are. They would put the arrows at the opposite end of the aisle, so you'd be going down the aisle. You're like, okay, I need that, and then you get to the end, you're like, oh fuck, I'm going the wrong way. Then
But you know what? They go
and
every
then you
other
instantly
one,
have to
so if you
U-turn and go
started out
back
correctly,
because
you'd
I
be
mean you
okay.
can't just exit the aisle.
I had
Go
the
wrong
world's
way.
angriest cashier come up and shoo me out for going the wrong way down the aisle, but the wild part was there was no one in the aisle with me. And I'm
I
was so confused. I
not
was
gonna
running
lie,
the
I
most-
ignored the one-way
I
aisles.
found a
Whether or not
mask
you
in
should
everything.
run a red light at 3 a.m. when there's no other cars on the road.
Exactly. I do that though. That's like in North Dakota. There's no one on the fucking roads.
Right.
Past once the bars close, there's no one. But she's sitting there yelling at me. She's like, you have to abide by the regulations or you have to get out. And I'm like, there's no one here. Like everybody just gets their groceries
She's-
delivered. How are you
she's
gonna
just on
chew
her
me
power
out for
trip.
not for
Yeah.
looking at cereal in the wrong direction? Like what the fuck? But you know, so I didn't get yelled at. I fucking was like, I'm sorry, and moved on. I didn't mean to kill the conversation. It was just wild.
No. I was
This whole
letting
thing is so
it
wild.
taper off and finish.
I need more booze, so I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to pee here soon. I'm almost through my second tall boy.
Oh damn. Those are the tall ones, eh?
Have you guys had this twisted tea? It's awesome.
Yeah, I had it back in like 2005.
I'm mad.
2004.
I'm mad they haven't
Literally.
used the fucking that video from that dude whooping that dude's ass with the can yet.
That-
in their
Oh,
advertising.
Oh yeah.
Great
Okay,
ad.
so that's that caused the resurgence of Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea stonks went up like just as fast as that guy went down on the floor.
I had not seen Twisted Tea anywhere until that video came out, honestly.
No, well that was back when I just graduated. I graduated. in
But I
03.
mean, like after that video, I started seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, well, it became it entered the meme verse, and then like that's where it took hold. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
gotta
You
get
can
some
actually
Twisted Tea.
see the
It's
wild part
really good.
was if you look in their oh fuck, what company owns them? Anyway, you could see in their investments where it spiked after
Yeah.
the video.
And they, I haven't seen any commercials of theirs. I wish they would have capitalized on that. Although I could see why their PR department or HR or whatever it would be like, no, don't do that, because then you're gonna make it seem like you're promoting violence with alcohol
Or
and stuff.
endorsing, yeah.
And it's just like, but Jesus Christ, it's okay with what happened in that convenience store in particular. I was okay with I wasn't okay with all of it. I was okay with the Twisted Tea slap, though, because that was deserved.
That dude slapped the fuck out
That-
of that guy.
I
Jesus
felt
Christ.
that through the video.
Yeah, like I love the comment where like you hear the pop and the guy slams into the shelf, and then the door, like, it's funny because you look and no one's by the door, but the door opens and goes ding dong, and everyone's like, that's his soul leaving the building.
Perfect comedic timing.
So I've hit somebody with a beer bottle before, and it takes quite a bit of force to actually
Oh,
shatter the
dude,
bottle.
Yeah.
But to shatter a can, that dude knocked the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah, it was. I was impressed. The fact that the guy got up, I would have been like, I would have been in
Kids,
comatose.
all
land
the
at
all
that
the
point.
kids watching at home, do not try to break a bottle over your friend's head because
Yeah,
you
don't
saw
do
it on TV.
No, don't.
That
do it.
bottle
We are not
is-
endorsing that in
bottles
any
are
way.
fucking hard.
I
those
would
fake
not-
bottles
You
are
will
made out of
cause
like
serious injury.
I
yeah,
I
don't
was
do
the
that.
person I was sitting with the bottle was not my friend. That dude. We were in a bar in
I'd hope not.
in Tampa, and some guy bumped me, and I'm like, "Yo, watch out where you're going." And I took a drink of my Corona, and he palmed the bottle into my face.
Oh fuck
Yeah, and it
that.
hit me in the teeth and the lips and all that shit. So I did what any logical human being would do. I stopped sipping and then hit him with the remainder of my beer and the bottle, and then they threw me out. And whenever I say they threw me out, right, this is gonna sound exactly like the Ron White thing, but I'm so serious with that. When I'm hand to the God I don't believe in. This dude was 6'6", probably the better part of 370 fucking pounds, and he picked me up by the back of my t-shirt and the back of my jeans and held me up like this and walked me out of the bar. Off the ground.
like a cartoon.
Yeah, off the ground. I was
Did he toss you
6
then, or
inches,
just let
yes,
you down?
I was 6 inches off the floor, and this dude threw me
That's fucking
into
impressive.
the street in Tampa, and he said, "Don't you dare come back in this bar again." I'm like, I'm fucking not.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that throw, yeah, okay.
I'm anywhere. Whenever I lived in Tampa, I weighed anywhere from 200 to 220 pounds, depending on how fat I was that month. So that dude lifted me out in front of him, 220 pounds.
There's
and
no way you weigh 220 pounds.
Tucked my So I'm 6'2" though.
I thought you said you were
I'm
short.
6'3". I weigh 170. You don't look. Yeah.
I'm-
No, he does not, does he? There's
I'm
no
a
way.
little bit
you don't
chunkier now.
look it.
I mean, I don't
You
wish
don't
I
look
weighed
it at all,
170
dude.
because I'd be like a string bean, but
That's
I'm-
like
I'm
4 foot
6'6".
You look,
10,
you
man.
look
That's
hot,
actually-
man.
180 is my combat weight technically. I don't know why I
Okay,
call it
I'm
combat weight. That's my
6'6".
fighting weight.
I-
Like
I-
the peak,
my-
my peak weight.
I think my perfect weight would be like 200-ish,
What bracket would you be in
but I
wrestling?
think I'm like 230, 240.
I have no idea. Whatever. So I weighed today because I was because I'm
Wait,
trying to
not
diet.
bracket weight class. What weight class would you be in?
I have no idea. I've never wrestled.
Welterweight.
I weighed today and I was 217.
What
as
is
of
featherweight,
right.
welterweight? There's
Oh,
heavyweight,
muscle weighs more than fat.
and then what? There's like one or two in between those.
I
don't
I don't watch enough UFC. I've watched like 2 or 3
As a-
UFC
as a
nights.
grown-
I know nothing.
Just
about
responding to what
wrestling.
Ronnie was saying, just as a human being, as a grown adult man, right? Because I've been picked up as a child. That's not uncommon. Like I used to have this gigantic
Cruiserweight,
uncle
that's
who was
nice.
in Vietnam, and he used to hold me and my brother under his arms and walk us to places, right? Because he was gigantic. But this dude, as an adult male, I paid taxes at the same time that this guy threw me the fuck out of a bar, like as like a frisbee.
And like it's when you pick up a person, like it's not evenly distributed weight either. So it
Mm-mm.
feels
No, it's
heavier
not,
than
yeah.
it actually is.
It
And he
moves,
was holding
yeah,
me.
it's
It's not like
really
he
hard
was
to hold.
holding me like up against him, right? Like a bear hug. It was out. Like he was
Out
holding
in
me
front,
out.
like
Yeah,
arms extended.
yes.
That's
telling
fucking
you,
impressive.
He said, let me see if I can scooch back far enough to get this accurate. So like I was by the back of my t-shirt, he had me lifted, and then by the back of my jeans, and so he's holding me like here, so we were not touching. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Gigantic man.
He's like the best bouncer probably ever. And that's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
impressive.
But I will say, I knocked the fuck out of that guy who hit me in the face with that bottle.
I've actually never been in a fight. I punched one
that was
kid.
40-ounce
fight,
bottle
to
thrown
be
at me.
honest.
Okay,
before. That fucking hurt.
I say kid because back in the time when I punched him, I was a kid too. I punched one kid on a bus in high school, and that was it. That's my fight experience. He cried. He cried, so I won.
As you can.
Like he pushed me, I
Jaden
punched him,
definitely
and he
starts
cried. And I
fighting,
was like,
can
"That's
see
what."
that.
Yeah, because like in my high school, everyone like when they got in fights, they just push each other, and I was like,
Or like
I don't fight
They,
people. I'm
they
super
hit with the front of their fist like this.
like I'm
they-
super calm, super chill, but
that's how
like,
kids punch. They do it with the front of their fist.
It's kind of a slap, but not really.
It takes a
and
lot
they
to get
curl
me
the
upset.
thumb
That's-
up over the finger.
yeah, no, it takes a lot to get me upset. That was like the one time in my life where I was just like, you know what, I'm so mad, I'm actually gonna punch this motherfucker, and I punched him, and he cried.
I boxed when I was
Yeah.
a kid, so I
That,
get the.
but yeah,
Speaking
it
of
was,
hitting
it was
somebody
like
with the
junior
front of
high,
your fist,
so junior high school.
Whenever
didn't
I was
matter.
in Iraq, I watched a Marine slap another Marine open hand, the hardest I've ever seen in my life. You
It
ever
hurts
seen this-
worse to get slapped than to get,
Were
get
they in
punched,
uniform?
for sure.
Yes.
Oh, have you
So,
seen the
I'm talking
Russian
about full
like
uniform,
slap
carrying
contest?
weapons, flak vest, the whole nine. And yeah, that's what I was talking about, the slap contest. You ever see a video like that? It's like, that's just
Yeah,
not
like
real.
there was this
I'm
one. It was like
telling you.
Vasily, and he's
I swear,
slaps
I watched
people
this dude
silly.
slap this guy into the next generation.
into the nether realm.
Right, they were arguing in the chow hall, and I'm like, I kept hearing them arguing. I was talking to a buddy of mine, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And by the time I turn around to see what was going on, I see this dude cock back with all of the intent in the world, and this guy standing there in his face, just like, what are you gonna do, motherfucker? And he hit him, open palm, finger splayed across the face. I wish I could have seen it in slow motion, but I couldn't, and it was.
Could you
You
imagine
heard
the
it.
mark on his face that day? He
It
had
was,
to have
it
a
was
hamper on
wild.
his face
He
all
had
day
a
long, yeah.
star on the fucking side of this guy's face. It was wild. I was like, fuck. You could shoot that guy afterwards, and he's like, damn, this still don't hurt as bad as getting my shit rocked.
Oh, getting slapped hurts way worse than getting punched. Oh, my
I was
God.
like, god damn. But, yeah, it was, oof.
That's amazing.
I couldn't imagine. Because what are you supposed to do? You can't just let someone slap you like that in front of God and everybody.
No, that's
What the
like I
fuck?
said. That's not only it hurt more; it's more embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's you've been called out at that point.
I would just slump over. If you hit me that hard where everybody heard it across the tent, I'd be just like, nope, I'm going to pretend like I'm unconscious now.
Yeah. Or start
Oh.
screaming like a baby, just like throwing a tantrum.
Shooter
Oh,
sneaking.
you couldn't do that in front of Marines, dude.
Well, I mean, so
Well, Marine,
I,
you could.
I need some
Marines are
context
dumb.
here. Why did this happen?
I didn't
Probably grabbed his
hear.
ass.
I didn't hear the entire argument, which is the most unfortunate part because I want to know what possessed, what the context of getting
Because
the death slapped out of you. Just like,
well, and I'm thinking, so I don't know much about the military, if anything, but I would imagine like that kind of conduct is probably really frowned upon.
so if, as I understand it, whenever I was in the Air Force, if you were E4 or below, you could fight somebody who was also E4 and below, and as long as you just weren't straight up bullying someone and you had a reason why you guys had to fight, then most supervisors would be like, all right, did
No
you get out of your
shit?
systems? Yes, I'm so serious. So,
Really?
for example,
Just
this guy.
duke it out.
Yeah.
Get it out of your system.
So this guy, I made a call because I used to work aircraft way back when, and we were deployed. And this guy, I made a call on an aircraft, and he called the person, the supervision behind me, and made a different call. And so whenever I call back, I'm like, hey, we're gonna start doing this thing. He's like, oh, well, somebody else said that you guys are doing something else. And I'm like, that's not what we're doing. All this jazz, just stupid shit, right? We had been in the desert for the better part of 4 or 5 months at that point. And they're like, oh, well, you need to talk to so-and-so and get your story straight. So they were like giving me shit. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, said to my face, he's like, you're the dumbest person I've ever met. You're an awful mechanic, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sounds like we have a problem, man. So our NCOs watched us fist fight in the middle of the hangar. And as long as none of us had to go to the hospital and they didn't have to fill out a report, no harm, no foul. Moving on with our lives.
Shit, okay. Wow, today I learned.
Damn.
I was arrested 3 times by MPs for fighting in the army and never got in trouble once.
It all depends on who your supervisor is.
Yeah, I mean, first sergeant wasn't happy when you guys come to get you from fucking jail, but yeah.
You better have a pretty good reason why you guys are covered in scratches and he had to wake up in the middle of the night. That's all it is.
Yeah, I know. We have many times we forced him to do that. The entire company got arrested one time. So,
Yeah,
for
it was a,
snowball fight. No,
yeah, Marines are a different breed though, dude.
No,
So-
I think they're a little more uptight about stuff like that. The army kind of
Are they the ones
uptight,
that
maybe.
eat crayons? Is that
They have a crayon appetite.
they do? They
So Pittsburgh is in the army, if that makes
particular
sense.
colors, or do they just like?
Did you guys
I don't know, but the
I can
purple one
understand
tastes
like you know
grape.
like colors that have food names like cauliflower
It was because
might be particularly
That's funny. I bet
enjoyed.
it was.
Yeah, so the purple ones taste like grape. That's what I've heard.
Red crayons best.
I'm gonna fucking
crayons.
test that theory later when we get really smashed.
Okay, that's actually coming from UNSC Marine. Oh, that isn't that like from a game?
So I
Okay.
recently learned that a Marine started a side gig where he made an edible crayon.
I'm
He-
not shocked.
He's a fucking
Like,
business genius.
You can
not
actually
shocked.
use them as crayons, but you can also like they're digestible. So like in a pinch,
God.
if you need a snack, you can
If
eat
you
these
need
crayons.
a snack,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna munch out on this
They're different
fucking
colors. They're
crayon.
different flavors. I found them on
I can just
Amazon.
imagine like some joint op the Marine like pulls out of his like ration bag, just pulls out some crayons, like some
Munching
crayon
on a
jerky, and
crayon.
just starts eating it. And he's like, and everyone's just looking at him like it's
See,
fucking
you
true.
can't tell-
The
you
stereotypes
can't
are
tell
true. And
anybody-
he's like, it's like you guys want some?
If that hasn't happened, I'm very upset with the world.
You can't tell anybody in the military that, because you know what the closest Marine base would be getting is pallets. I'm talking
Oh, for sure.
full fucking pallets of edible crayons.
That would suddenly become not just a Marine thing. It'd
No,
be
but
like
it's
an
like
everything in the
it's
military to be
his-
doing that.
It's his side gig.
That's
so,
great
like he's
idea.
making some extra
Hey
money
man,
on
you
the
gotta
side with his
respect the hustle.
edible-
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like seriously,
Well,
like
that's a
he's
business genius.
capitalizing
Yeah.
on the joke.
Business genius. That's
Edible
Brilliant.
fucking crayons. Today I learned, man. I'm impressed. Salute to whoever
I'm
that
gonna,
is.
I'm gonna buy some of those. If I can find
I mean,
them.
I'd try him.
Fuck yeah, why not?
You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. Edible
on
crayons in
Open
Vegas.
send,
Edible
send it.
crayons for
Okay,
sale.
so we actually probably should start making like a PO box for the show where people can send us like edibles, like
Oh,
not
fuck no,
those
dude.
edibles. Although I
Try
live
'em on stream.
I live close enough to Washington, I could probably make it work. But yeah, like if you
He's-
want to
he's
send
gotta
us
live in
edible
Oregon, I believe.
crayons, please send to this address. Yeah, send fan mail. Send you know, anything. Depending. I mean, if you send like a Sailor Moon outfit, we'll make Manic wear it. But
am I on the show now? I'm
Yeah,
just
well,
coming
you
here to
do-
hang
you-
out.
you
Too late, we got you
see
now.
that bottle next to your name on the TeamSpeak?
I have a bottle.
You got a bottle.
That's a red Solo cup. That's just
That's
you're
the
making
Twitch.
a joke.
That's the Twitch Manic, the TeamSpeak.
What are you talking about? I'm looking at my name.
The
There's a red Solo cup next to my name.
TeamSpeak, the voice program.
Oh.
Oh!
yeah, that name.
that says co-host right there.
Oh, it's a Tito's Okay, I see it now. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm smart. Welcome to the show, everybody.
You doing okay, Manic?
I got
You good there?
a jet.
I'm
Unfortunately,
feeling great.
Oh,
man.
right. Okay, yeah. You gotta go.
I
Let's
gotta-
talk
I-
about
I have to
Eve,
go.
though.
yeah, I gotta go unalive some people in EVE Online real quick.
Yeah.
I'll be around for the after show though once we do this.
Yeah.
Peace.
So-
Swing on back.
It's been super dope talking to all y'all again. I'll see you all in the after show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, take care, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right. So.
So it doesn't look like the crayon thing is a thing yet. It's in the process of being a thing.
Oh, okay.
It's
I thought
they
I
go
saw
through
them on
crowdfunding.
Amazon.
I found the article,
Oops.
and it takes you to a crowdfunding thing. It didn't look like it's over yet.
All right.
okay.
Just gotta switch one name, then we're good. Yeah. So we will get into some. I know we've been
We've been
Not talking about
dicking
eating at all yet.
around,
enjoying ourselves.
talking about eating crayons.
Yeah, like
I want
get,
to so
We'll
badly
get
that
to
I'm
some
looking it
Eve
up
stuff. We
online,
will. Trust me. We talked a little bit about Eve some stuff, but I gotta fix the name.
I thought
real
Eve was,
fast.
I thought it was over. I thought it ended.
The show?
Eve
And
ended.
Eve, yeah, it's
Oh,
done.
Eve's done.
Oh, it's done.
I
About
thought
4 years ago,
Eve's
somebody said it
dying?
was dying. I'm sure it's died
it
by
had a
now,
good
right?
run.
Yeah, had a good
So
run.
I mean, it's about time.
Probably.
Maybe 18 years is too long.
Don't make me feel old,
Where's
dude.
your name?
I'm
down
kidding. I'm kidding. God, everybody's gonna be mad at me.
Oh yeah,
Manic,
you're gonna hear it now.
refused to die.
You're gonna hear it now, Manic. You nasty messages.
I'm gonna go eat some crayons.
Dude, I kind of actually want to get some edible.
I want to
stuff
try
now.
them.
I want
yeah.
this to be a thing, damn it. I just
I
just
would-
crowdfunded.
So
it.
not to
I
go on
would,
another tangent, but real quick, before we get into some Eve stuff, Manic, is Matrix
Sure.
still coming out this year on demand? Are we doing the
As far as I know, it's coming out December 21st of this year.
December? I thought it was supposed to come out in May.
No, it got pushed to December. Dude.
I thought that they were
either
postponing
December
because
or
of
November.
theaters,
Well,
but then they said
let
that
me
they're going to
hold on. I have an uncle. He's got his name is Google. Let me consult my uncle
That's an
because he's in the
interesting name.
business and he knows all about this stuff. Hold
Oh,
on.
damn. Okay, yeah. Let me know what he says. So to say, I'm still down for the Keanu Day thing.
Expected December 22nd,
Oh,
2021.
that's like Christmas. I don't know if I can get down there like that close to Christmas.
What
Yeah,
are you guys
so-
wanting to see?
If you want to
What is it?
hold off watching it till like
Yeah,
January,
I mean, because John Wick 4 was supposed to come out on the same day.
it was before all the pandemic stuff.
Yeah, before shit
That's why
went
we called it
down.
Keanu Day. It was like John
Right.
Wick 4 and Matrix 4 at the same day.
Yeah. And you're right. I think it was going to be in May, but
It was like
Matrix
May,
4 got
yeah.
pushed back to December. I don't know when John Wick 4 is coming.
John,
I should know
s-
this as the resident Keanu expert. Hold on.
Yeah, like you're Keanu Fu.
I'm Keanu adjacent. John Wick Chapter 4, May 27th, 2022.
Oh, we're late.
We're late.
We're late.
Oh, God, it's already happened.
Oh my god, we need to.
Damn it. I've
Oh.
only seen the first 3.
They're gonna do us like that?
How'd that one come
oh,
out
God.
first? God damn
Wait,
it.
that means John Wick 4 is a prequel. God damn it.
Mm,
That means it's gonna suck.
man, what a plot twist.
We're gonna know how he got he got the name John Wick.
Imagine
It's a
starting at
code
the end
name.
and going to the beginning.
Yeah, and we're gonna know how it ends because we know how John Wick Part 1 starts.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
With
Yeah,
a
we're gonna know
minivan
it ends with her.
and a-
his
So we
wife
don't
dying.
even need to see it. We know how it's gonna end.
Depressingly, yeah.
Well, we'll figure it out. Because I was gonna say, Salt Lake City is not that far. I can make it down there.
Yeah, we'll.
It looks
we'll
far.
put
And
I
off-
can
we'll
also
put
make
off
it-
Keanu Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
It-
and I can make like a joint relative trip because my aunt and uncle now live in Ogden, so
Oh, nice. Yeah,
we could do like
That's
a.
like
That's just
20
Salt Lake
minutes for
City,
me.
isn't it? I mean,
It's
Ogden.
like a
Ogden
suburb,
is
yeah.
north of Salt Lake City.
It's like north, like what, 5-10 miles or something like that.
So it's a suburb.
It's probably like 20 minutes north of Salt
Yeah.
Lake.
The weird thing. So when I came through, not last year, the year before, like for that hiking thing, it's weird how like Salt Lake City is here, but like when you're like 20 to 30 minutes, like, and it's not like because of traffic. I mean, like 20 to 30 miles north of Salt Lake City, you are
Just
still
straight
just going
driving
through
time.
straight city
Yeah.
because there's like this whole strip of just habitation all the way down until you get to Salt Lake City for like 20 or 30
Yeah.
miles just because it stretches along the freeway there.
Yeah, that's Bountiful. So Bountiful is in between Salt Lake City and Ogden. I mean,
There's like 10
it-
towns along the way.
there's
that just-
there's
no
no
break.
like discernible separation between
Yeah.
any of them. They all blend together.
Yeah, it was weird.
Anywho,
Anywho, Eve stuff. We should probably talk about Eve stuff.
talk about-
We're an hour
talk
into an
about
Eve show and we've
Eve
spent 10
all
minutes talking
right.
about Eve. So, patch note. We missed last week, so there's been a whole bunch of patch notes released since then. Obviously we've been talking about the fleet formations and the expert systems.
What 2 weeks ago? What not now, but the week before was the first one was the formations, and now the
Yeah, so
expert
that
systems,
was
right?
that
Yeah.
was before they were released. They were, I think,
The week we
formations
missed
were
was
on
when they did
Sissy
the
at the
formations,
time,
and
but
then now it's experts.
so fleet formations, they're now out. They've been out since Tuesday. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how often people have been really using them to effect. This is a really inopportune time for Bunny to go missing. But then again, he hasn't been FCing for a couple weeks, so he.
We're talking about
wouldn't
the
know
formations.
Well, yeah, the formation. So
The way I understand it, and I've heard it from two different. I'm not FC either, but I've heard from two different ones of talking about it that it's not working right. Or it's hard. It's hard or whatever.
So
not being used very much.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm wondering if maybe Redline was a little right in the fact that no one's gonna really use these. I think there's a lot of usefulness in them, but it doesn't mean that every single fleet warp is going to have a use for a specific formation. And I know that in the past I was talking about how these fleet formations are going to be crazy. You can do these crazy stuff with them and have all these like kind of like, and I know that I made it sound like it's going to be the new hotness to just fleet form, like do a formation warp in every time you do a fleet warp. And I don't think that's what I was getting at. I'm sure I was a bit more convinced that they would be used more often than I think they are right now. But there is some tactical advantages. Today, actually, Bjorn B on the CCP stream was doing... he did a video... let me grab this video real quick. The link for it. I'll put it in the chat. So if you guys want to watch it later, or watch it now, if you want to do that. Okay, so there's the video for the I think it's about an hour in is when the fight starts, but the first hour is basically Bjorn B going through how the formations work and the various different forms of them. And then about an hour in is when they get into a fight with another group, and there was actually kind of an interesting, I mean, like, this is there's a million I think there's so many different tactical uses with these formations that I don't think anyone has figured them all out yet, obviously. But at the same time, the super intricate fleet formation stuff that I was getting into, I think is going to be a bit harder to actually execute than I was thinking. Specifically the relative formation. The relative formation is basically where you do like a snapshot. Like you want to do a fleet warp, you do a snapshot, and it takes a snapshot of... it's basically like when you click the fleet warp, it snapshots your fleet centered on whoever's doing the fleet warp, 200 kilometers radius around them, and everyone that's eligible for the. So, and it all applies to like wing warps, squad warp. So if you're doing a squad warp, a wing warp, or an actual full fleet warp, it will take that into account. So if you're doing a wing warp, it's only going to snapshot the people in your wing and bring them in that formation and stuff like that. So. But some of the aspects I didn't really think of is that Bjorn B was showing one of the instances in this video where he had his fleet spread out between a bunch of stuff. He had a bunch of interceptors spread out to different distances. He had his fleet basically in a wall formation just for whatever. And he was doing things like, so he essentially did a relative fleet warp. So it was a snapshot thing. I feel like they should just call it snapshot fleet warp, but that's what I'm going to call it. And he was warping to a interceptor that was 230 kilometers away. That interceptor was in the group that should have been warped, but that interceptor didn't do anything because it was outside of the snapshot thing, and so it was ineligible for the warp. So that's also the thing, is like when you're doing the snapshot warp, it's only going to warp the people that are within that 200 kilometer radius bubble. The people outside of that are not part of the snapshot relative warp, and therefore they're ineligible for the fleet warp, and therefore they don't go, even if they're in the group that should be fleet warped. So when you do, and like those are little aspects of the mechanic that I didn't really take into account. So like if you're doing a relative fleet warp, if you're outside of 200 kilometers from the FC, you are not getting that fleet warp. Even if where you're warping to is more than 150 kilometers away, and you could normally warp to that.
So because I'm dumb. Why is it called relative warp?
It's relative because it's warping everyone in the formation.
About a snapshot of what your fleet looks like.
It's relative because it's warping your
position.
group in your 200 kilometer radius bubble. Relative to their position in space, it's going to warp them and land them in that same formation.
From where you are.
So basically,
so if they're 30 kilometers away from
you take a sphere
yeah.
of the centered person, and you take that sphere and you
to the FC's position.
Relative
Correct.
to the
Yep.
person doing the warp. So if you do a squad warp, it'll only warp your squad,
Gotcha.
and they'll all be in those. And then But then you also have the generic like formation warps. You have like the point, which is normal even warps, sphere, which is same thing but expandable.
Arian Rod said in the chat, and this was my thinking too. Like
pre-staging I think that's the most common
pre-staging logi. That seems like really the only use case for this. But I'm not an FC. I don't. I'm talking out my ass.
Yeah. So
I do that sometimes.
I think most of the, so I think that's gonna be the most prevalent reason to do a relative warp is that you've already got your logi positioned back there, like in a spot, and you have your DPS in a spot, and you're like, we want to keep this so that when we land, the logi don't have to burn back 30 or 40 kilometers, or they don't have to. It's not like it takes that long to do that. You put your micro warp drives on, you get in a position, but it just saves the logi from being in a potentially vulnerable position. So I think there's uses like that. I think the wall and the line formation is probably going to be the most commonly used one. But so one of the other uses I did see from this stream that was kind of interesting that Bjorn B did, and I could see some other potential uses for it, is they were flying, I think it was Ishtars. I actually didn't really pay attention to the ships they were flying, but it was definitely ships that could put out a bunch of sentry drones. So one of the big weaknesses of sentry drone fleets in the past used to be like you'd all warp somewhere, you deploy your sentry drones, then you could warp off and reposition yourselves to where like you could be off kiting over here, but your drones are over there shooting at the enemy, but your drones are now in this tight compact ball. So the counter to that is like launch a few bombs, kill all the drones. But what he did was he did a wall formation, and they all deploy their drones. They're spread out in this whole square grid rectangle area. So like the drones are spread out really far to where you'd have to launch probably 5 to 8 bomb runs to wipe out all the drones. And like one bomb isn't going to kill all the drones. So it would be a much bigger hassle for bombers to take out the drones that way. And you could do that with like sphere things. Like it's like, and you could do it even with like decloaking and preventing people from cloaking it, like bombers from like decloaking, launching bombs, warping off. I mean, they could warp off anyway, but like I guess they warp off for the decloak. So take that part out. Ignore that part. But you can essentially ignore everything I just said. But you can essentially like have like a giant sphere, like 200-kilometer radius sphere of drone wall set up, and you're hiding in the middle of it. And anyone that wants to come and get on top of you, you're gonna be at the whim of getting shot from drones like that. So that was kind of a cool use of sentry drones, and that's just like what I'm saying is like one of the examples of creative ways to use the different formations. So, but then again, there's also tons of times where you're going to get these formation warp-ins where, it doesn't really matter how we come out of the warp. We just need to get to point B. So you just do a fucking
I just want that fucking Last Starfighter, like frontier wall thing to be a thing.
I think the wall warp is the coolest looking warp, and so I would hope FCs just do that all the time.
I hope
on
so,
principle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lothar Mandry is saying wall formation on structure bashes is pretty useful. You need that space to limit bombing, and so that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think the wall or the line formation, like it's basically wall, but like on the x-axis, I guess. Useful because they spread your fleet out. It's not like you're coming in a tight knit ball to where like one bomb run kills your whole fucking fleet. So it eliminates the massive weakness to bomb runs.
And it looks fucking cool, like Last Starfighter.
It does look cool. And the things that
I think it's a neat fucking, even if it's just cosmetic, I think it's kind of fun and cool.
This is the obvious question. Has anybody done a dick warp formation yet?
I hope so.
I hope so.
I was expecting to see pictures all over Twitter, and I haven't seen a single one.
Delana, welcome back at the perfect time. We're talking about dick formations.
Great. Well, welcome, Delana. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Okay, Zanus. Zanus says there's one on Reddit. So yeah, it's already there.
I have to go look at Reddit.
I mean, obviously
well, then I don't care.
If it wasn't the first relative warp formation out there, I would be a little sad. Should be there.
Sudoku, or Sudoku, however you say his name. Formation limit bomber effects. What is that true? What's that mean? I mean, it limits your bomber effects.
Formation limits bomber effects.
I think it limits the effectiveness of bombers. In the fact that we were talking about that, you can do a spread out wall or line formation that makes it to where even if they have the perfect setup and launch bombs to where right as you come out of warp you get hit with all of them, only a core of your fleet really gets hit by them because the rest of your fleet's spread out of the bomb range. So it does provide a
in a
defense
positive way.
against
I thought he meant limits if you're flying a bomber, it limits you somehow. I'm
The way he worded it, that's
I'm
what it
dumb.
sounded like.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
his
I'm not
fault.
dumb then. I
That's
totally
not
would've
that's
thought
not
that.
on
Okay.
you, Dominarch. No, that's Sudakon's fault.
Yeah, how dare you,
okay.
Sukan.
Thank God. I didn't think I was that drunk yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Delana, that's just inherent. Like anytime it's like we're gonna allow you to create your own shapes in this
It
medium
happens
of the game.
every-
Everyone's like, penis time.
If
Unfortunately, there's two
if you give
shapes.
human beings any kind of creativity at all,
Cock and balls.
Dicks and
cock
boobs.
and balls.
Dicks
Cock and balls,
Always
and
the
I'm
cock
sure
and balls.
I'm sure there's been some boob fleets, Delana, as well. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's been
dicks and
some.
boobs. I think that's it. Yeah.
I'm sure there's been boob
Dicks
fleets.
are much funnier
dicks
than
are
boobs,
both
though.
included, right?
They
That's
are
all.
funny, right?
Dicks,
I don't know
dicks are
why,
just
but they are.
inherently funny.
They are. That
Dick
is
butt.
funny.
Oh man, who hasn't done a dick butt fleet? That would
Dick
be art.
butt
Oh,
fleet.
Dick butt fleet. Just warp in. And it's like, oh god, there it is. Damn it. That would
I need
require
to see a
some.
dick butt
The
fleet.
massive
Oh my
dick
god.
butt fleet. That's what it is right there.
That would actually require some intense like positional
A lot of
planning.
or-
That would-
setup, right?
Or a Pepe fleet.
Like imagine the one guy who's like, all right, everyone, you all have your spots. Like he went out and bookmarked every single spot for every single person in the fleet, and he like gives this is your assigned bookmark. Warp to this at 0.
It's so much work, isn't
Like,
it? Yeah.
Work to this at 0 and approach, and then just
Yeah,
get
Delana,
ready.
Pompeii has dick graffiti all over it. They're funny.
And then you doubt why God destroyed them.
But
Dicks are funny. Dicks and
Yep.
farts.
No, you know what? You hit it. Those are the two funniest things of the human body are dicks and farts.
yeah, I mean, like I don't know if I have an argument against that. I was
You
just-
can't argue. There is
I was
no-
gonna
there is
try and
no
go with
them,
argument.
but I
It's
don't
just
know.
it's objective fact.
The expert systems, Manic's favorite, is the next part of this update.
Mm.
Do you love it?
Do you love it?
Do you love
Do
it?
you
Is it-
love renting skills, everybody?
Did your opinion change when you saw how you have to pay for it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what?
Okay, so,
You
so
know
that
what?
this is the thing I was gonna bring up, Manic. It's not. I don't think this is as egregious as you think it might be. One, it is a limited number of skills that they're allowing this for. It's not just like I want this at 5. I want that skill at 5. You don't just get to pick and choose.
That's what I thought it was
They
going to
come
be
in
too.
packs.
Yeah.
They come in
No,
packs.
I understand what it is.
And a lot of the packs are like you get level 1 of this skill, you get level 3 of that one, and it's like, and some of them are just, like the one for the event right now. When you log in, you can do login rewards. Day 1 is you get Interceptor level 1 for a week, and that's your
Okay. But that
So-
one's free, right? You don't have to pay
that
for that
one's
one?
free, but
Cool.
that's for the
I
event
like
because
that.
that's free for there's the event going on with the race, the Federation race or whatever it's called. So it's helping you use an interceptor to warp.
Yeah.
Grand Prix,
no,
right?
I
The
get
Grand
it.
Prix, the Grand Prix, that's right.
Prix. Yeah.
But,
Okay.
but the thing is, like a lot of them, it's like exploration. It's like you get scanning 2 and
I
this.
get
and
it. Listen, I understand. I understand all all it. Okay.
But you get it for a week, and you can only
I
pay
know.
money. You
I
cannot buy it for
know,
Plex.
Drayden, I know.
I'll be able to buy it for Plex or ISK. I think makes a big difference for who will use it.
Yeah,
I think,
I
you
think
no
that's
longer have
the I think
in-game-
that's the big
current
thing
players,
that I
think,
was
are
surprised
gonna
by.
Drayden,
consider it.
you said something. You said something a couple of minutes ago that I want to draw attention to.
Yeah.
You said before you started explaining things to me, you said you didn't think it's as egregious as I think it was, and you're right. You're absolutely. It's not as egregious as I thought it was going to be. But I'll say this: every time I've been pissed at CCP, excuse me, my voice is cracking. I'm still a 14-year-old boy
Hmm.
in a
When are you gonna
36-year-old's
grow out of
body.
that?
Soon, hopefully. I'm pushing 40. When the things that I've been upset about CCP for, they haven't been as egregious as I thought. Nothing that I have been upset at CCP about has been as egregious as I'm probably making it out to be. What bothers me is the precedent this all sets. The selling of skill points, the renting of skill points, it sets a precedent. And when people keep opening their wallet for this shit, that sends the message to CCP that this is good and it's okay and they should keep doing it. And CCP does not have, I feel like I've said this a million times now, CCP does not have infinite development resources. So when they're spending money on this monetization shit, that means they're not spending money on actually working to develop the game.
Yeah.
But people keep paying for the monetization shit, so that's where CCP puts their focus. It's the precedent that it sets.
Now,
all of
would you
this,
feel the
all,
same way?
Now, all of this, hold on. All of this to say, I'm unsubscribed from the game. I haven't played in months. As far as I can tell, right now, I have zero desire to come back to the game. I think I'm just done. I don't mean to be a downer. I'm just explaining myself, but I'm still mad. I'm still like on this fucking crusade for some damn reason. I don't know. Dominark, you were saying, sir?
Would you feel the same if they came out and said, "Hey, if we don't monetize this stuff, we can't stay afloat"? What if it is a situation that they're doing this because they need the money to stay afloat?
I don't doubt that I don't doubt that CCP has intelligent people working at the company who can come up with ways to monetize EVE and the EVE IP that doesn't resort to treating players like cows.
No,
like that video that guy put out a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, who was that
I don't
guy?
disagree with that, Manic. But what I'm saying, maybe this is the idea they came up with. Maybe they just failed to come up with a better idea.
Let's say hypothetically that this is the only way they can make extra money on EVE. Fine. If that's what it takes for EVE to survive,
then you'd be okay with it, right?
Oh yeah,
or
just
not.
reminded me of that video.
Would you rather see the game go under?
I don't know if I would be okay with it now that I think about it. I don't know. I
get you, because there's a couple of games out there that if they had monetized, I quit. Right? So maybe it is.
Drayden, stop. I can't think
Those are
straight.
great.
No, Drayden.
Oh yeah.
Perfect time.
You did this, man. You gave me these. You
I
gave
need
me
those
permission
files,
to use them.
Do not send him those fucking
I
files.
need those files badly.
I was like,
Jesus
"Can I use
Christ.
those on the show?" You're like, "Yeah, here you go." I'm like,
of them.
"I will take that as a permanent acceptance of
You're
permission."
muted, dude. We can't hear you.
Wait, no, hello.
But see, I'm saying, Manic, is that a fair point though? You know,
That's a fair point.
they didn't communicate
Yeah.
that way, but it could be that could be the situation. Now, would you want them to tell us?
I
Maybe
don't
not,
believe.
you know?
I don't believe that the only way EVE is staying afloat right now is because of microtransactions. And
I think
let's
there's
might be
plenty of
just
people
enough to
subs
make them
still.
be able to
fucking
do more than-
microtransactions.
yeah,
No, I think most of their income is still from subs.
I know it is. I'm trying to be devil's advocate here.
I understand. And
Like some of the microtransaction stuff, I'm
now I
okay
get
with.
it.
So-
in
When I
games.
try to be devil's advocate, it pisses people off, and now I get it. You're
So-
pissing me off, Brian.
Okay,
Well,
but
good. I did my job. Yeah.
I might try and do a devil's advocate thing here, and it's
Do it. Let's have a discussion.
let's
Come
do it.
at me, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna come at you. Here I go. You ready? So
I got twisted tea. I'll knock you the fuck out.
oh, no, not twisted.
Smash that bottle right in your face. Okay?
So when I get the upsetness of people that they had to train the skill points, and the whole point of the game is taking time to train skill points, and so the people that can buy them, pay money for Plex and inject them. Yes, they had to be trained
Surprise.
somewhere else, but you can still.
Hello?
Oh, what's up, Delon?
Hey, Delana, how are you?
I'm good. I was like, I'm sitting here just shitposting in chat. And when I was like, I could be doing the same thing, but in voice form.
You need a
It's
you
No,
a
need
lot
a
it's
Zoom,
easier.
because we
It's
were
a
talking
lot
about
easier
Dick
to
Wolf.
do it
you
this
need
way.
a Zoom link.
Yes, please.
I can
give-
provide that. Give me. Actually, you go ahead. I will provide that, and then I will
you
go on
keep
my
t-
tangent.
You keep
'cause-
talking. You keep talking, Drayden. I'll send her the link.
Okay, perfect. Because so the thing is, but CCP is wanting to get new players in the game, and I understand this is like a whole the new player experience, but I will say that one of the biggest inhibitors to getting people to try the game and keep playing it is time. And the thing is when you are a new player and you look at the fact of, I want to do that and I want to do this, but to be able to do that, I have to spend... They look at their skill, even if they're like knowledgeable enough to like go put it in a calculator or look at their skill, and they're like, okay, so the thing I want to do in this game, I have to put 4 to 5 months of training into. So basically, I'm going to have to, and it doesn't matter how hard, because most other games, like, it's based on your experience and your growth in the game is based on your application of skills in the game. So like, the more you play, the more you do that thing, the better you get at it. Whereas EVE Online is, it doesn't matter how much you fly a Drake. If you are battle cruiser level 1, your Drake is gonna not be as good.
And I'm so ready to have this discussion.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, if you want to do that exploration thing, you're like, it's gonna take 3 to 4 months before I can get into a Tech 2 exploration ship and train my scanning skills and this and this and this and that. And it's like, so I'm going to have to devote 4 months of time to where I can finally do this to the level that I want to do it at. And up until that time, it doesn't matter what I do in the game. I'm going to basically just suck at this, no matter how much I do it. I don't want to devote 4 months of time and investment of money in subscription before I can actually start doing what I want to do in the game. So I kind of get that.
Well, shit, I've been doing this for 11 years, and I still can't do what I want to do in the game.
But at the same time, I understand that it's like just like making people like, I don't want to spend a bunch of extra money. I just want to like train the thing. But then allowing other people like, oh, you want to spend like $50? Here you go.
Here's my
get right into it.
My
I get both sides.
And I'm approaching this from like, I don't know. I have an idea in my heart, deep in my heart, of what EVE should
I
be.
was briefly Manic Velocity.
Now you're blazing butter.
Very close. Do you want to stay Manic Velocity? Is that a preference?
You don't want to be me. Believe me.
That's not true at all.
So
being Manic Velocity.
Okay.
Everyone wants to be Manic Velocity.
What was I saying?
We are all Manic Velocity.
How much we all want to be
You were talking about being Manic Velocity.
Damn it! I was on a train of thought.
It was my thing saying time investment in the game. Time investment in the game and new players not wanting to spend time investment to get.
So this is what I was saying. So I can only speak to my experience. I have a feeling of what EVE should be. I have an opinion of what EVE should be. It's the EVE that I joined, right? And that was the best EVE. I actually don't believe that. I do believe EVE has gotten better in several ways over the years since I started playing. But I have this concept of EVE, and it is not represented in the actual game. I have this almost philosophical idea of what EVE is and what EVE represents, and that's what I want it to be. And a lot of what I see CCP doing is straying away from that. And
has it ever been a thing though, Manic? What you want?
It has.
Okay, that's important.
I believe it has, and that was around the time that I joined. You know, between 2000.
We have a guest in the gulag.
Between 2009 and let's say 2014, 2015, 2016. What the hell? Why not? 5 years.
Just making up times.
EVE was, well, I'll just make up the time as I go along.
Nice.
EVE was a sandbox. I used to talk about this all the time because we talk about EVE as a sandbox game, and 100 different people will have 100 different interpretations of what that means. But what it ultimately really means is that, well, I'm getting off topic. This is.
It feels good.
You were making a point. You can't stop now.
It feels good.
No.
Come on, keep going.
But the point that I was making is not really conducive to the discussion of microtransactions and renting skills. Fuck! I lost my train of thought.
Well, I'm busy squeezing.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm so sorry.
I'm busy squeezing a Capri Sun out into a cup.
So, is that a euphemism?
Drayden, you turn me on so much right now.
You made that sound so dirty and clinical at the same time.
No, it's literally squeezing a Capri Sun
into a Capri Sun into a cup. Yeah, sure you are.
Give me a chubby.
Oh, because I was gonna make another mixed drink, but I don't have any more soda, so I gotta use Capri Sun.
Man,
The renting skills. Oh God, there's so much I could say. There's so much I could say about this, and I don't want to just be sitting here ranting for forever.
I was more upset about them until I saw that you had to pay for them with money, that you couldn't do it with ISK or Plex. That made me less upset with them. Because it's less
like
of a
I
money
said,
grab for existing players than it is a boon to new players.
And that's
the way it looks to
an
me
aspect of it. So God, oh my God, I've got a million things running through my fucking brain. Okay, yes, CCP knows that 99.99% of the people that try EVE will not stick with it. They had 1.3 million unique individual people try the game in 2020, and less than half of a percent of them stuck around.
Can I make a comment to that?
If
real quick?
that,
I'm happy about that. In all honesty, I would not want all a million of them to stay. They would make the game horrible.
Well, CCP would love it if
sure they would,
if 1.3 million people stuck around, but they know that those people are going to leave.
Yeah.
They've built it into their projections and their budget.
But is that a yearly
whatever.
number, right?
Is it? I don't know.
A yearly number.
There's my button now.
In
gotta be, right?
in 2020. In 2020, it was
Yeah, so a
1.3
year.
million
That's what I
people.
thought, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Hyper Viper.
So there's an aspect of these expert systems that is it feels like, and this is hyperbole, complete hyperbole. It feels like with these expert systems, CCP is saying, hey, we know that these 1.3 million people aren't going to stick around. Maybe let's try this and see if we can get $1, $2, $5 out of them before they leave.
Good.
It's
I get that.
Right,
I see
good.
that.
They're not sticking around anyway.
Why
Let's get some money from
why
them.
not put the effort in to fix the parts of the game that would make those players want to stick around?
No, I agree with you there. But what if doing this takes one person to do it, and it's not that much effort, and that person's actual contributions to the other stuff would have been so minimal? It just based the way they do their things.
I don't believe that one person developed expert
I don't think so
systems.
either. But I'm trying to be
It was a whole
the
team.
far end of the other side. It may be a situation where it's not. They took the whole fucking team and made them do this, or it may be a smaller portion of the team doing it, where it's not really affecting the other side of things. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying it could be that, right? We don't
Sure.
know because we don't know what.
Yeah, we don't know. But that's
always
what
try
it
to give
feels.
people the
That's,
benefit of the
that's what
doubt.
it feels like.
It does.
I've
I know
tried
what you
giving
mean.
CCP
I
the
know.
benefit of the doubt. I've tried multiple times. And
It
never
does feel
pays
like that,
off.
but I still try to believe that maybe it's not that way. It's just that I don't know. They're in a fucking rut mentally or something. I don't know.
See,
Lothar's saying in the chat, it's harder to walk away from a game when you are financially invested in that. I get that too.
Oh,
I
sure.
understand the psychology behind it. I know all about it. I know
You
all
just don't
about
like it.
I don't like that CCP is acting this way. I thought CCP was better than this, and that's what upsets me.
Oh,
and
you
that's
think
what
we're
gets
wearing
me.
off? I think we're wearing off on them.
I think it
They used to be better than us, but they're no
when
longer.
this is where I was coming from. This idea that I have in my mind of what EVE is and what CCP is. They're no longer that, and I either have to be cool with that or move on.
Well, here's what I would say.
You are
with
right,
this, Is Eve takes more imagination, to me, because you have to, if you want to do what you want to do, you have.
Oh, hold on, everybody. I clicked the wrong button and I just closed TeamSpeak. I apologize. Okay, hold on. Hyper Viper, you have to start all over. I meant to swap windows and clicked the X on TeamSpeak and just closed the whole TeamSpeak. So,
Well, we're out of
Christ.
explanations.
No, it's over. There's the best part of the whole show is right there. We just missed it.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisy.
all right. So Hyper Viper, from the top, go ahead.
Well, so basically the thing I was saying is Eve takes imagination to play. And sometimes people just want to have things fed to them, and then that's fine. I enjoy WoW. I enjoy just grinding mindlessly for things. But with Eve, you have to you have a goal. You learn your goal over the years. I mean, I've been playing since '07, so god awful amount of time. And I took okay, what am I gonna do next? Oh, wormhole. Okay, lost everything in wormholes. Now I'm gonna go. Hey, my friends started an alliance and nobody knows how to run it, so I'm gonna run it. So I'm running alliance now. It just takes
Eve,
it takes a lot of time and energy
Yes.
and imagination to do it well, and that's not something a lot of people have, or the time. We're busy. We're getting older. We're more adulting, and we just don't have time for that.
Eve attracts a very, very specific type of person.
Yes, you're
I'd
100%
agree.
correct.
Mhm.
And we are a minority in the larger gaming community.
A shrinking
We are
minority.
a shrinking
Larger-
minority.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I agree 100%.
and so but CCP wants to start capitalizing on the people who aren't interested in Eve because they know we're shrinking. We're the shrinking minority. So CCP, it feels like to me, is wanting to basically please both markets, please the weirdos like us, but also please the casuals. And by trying to straddle the fence like this, they're not really pleasing either group because the PCU's not going up. Subscriber numbers are probably going up slowly over time, but
I think they're
it's not
stagnant, but
being
yeah.
reflected in the PCU.
And the
So
thing is, they
they-
can never, ever please that other group. They can't
That's,
because
that's
the
the
gameplay
thing.
is so
they
different.
will,
they can't
they
do
will
it.
have to fundamentally change the type of game that Eve is
Correct,
in order
yep.
to please in order to really capture the casuals.
I
But
was
that would
just gonna
piss us off, and we would all check out as soon as that happened.
I
You
was
know,
just
that
gonna say so. Go ahead, Hyper. Actually,
Okay.
You gonna say Star Wars
Yeah,
Galaxies?
So yes, exactly, man. You read my mind. It's freaking the NGE. As soon as they do it, the game's dead. They can't do that. I think they
You're right.
realize.
To capture the casuals, they have to fundamentally change the type of game that this is, and they'll
Yeah.
never do
Yeah.
it. So, but in the meantime, they're gonna try to please both markets, but in the end, they end up pleasing neither.
okay. So my point on that though is, so what do they do though? Because if we are
I
a
don't
minority
know.
of
I don't-
gamers
I-
and we're
I'm
a
just
shrinking
complaining, and
minority,
I
if
don't
they-
have an answer.
yeah.
I'm just bitching.
yeah, I'm just saying like if we're a shrinking minority, and we are generally the sole group that is into a game, because yes, it is a very niche game. Like there is a lot of people out there like that's not my game. If they
When I
only
said
cater
shrinking
to
minority,
us,
I didn't mean shrinking Eve numbers.
If they
I meant
only
shrinking minority as in people out there who've never played the game, the people who might like it. That number. Of
right,
people
right.
is
I mean, like
shrinking, in my
there's
opinion,
still
right?
going to be new players
Not
that
the
will
ones who
like
already
the
like
whole
it.
style of Eve. I'm just saying, like, if we're a shrinking type of player base that are into this type of game that Eve is, if it was kept in its purity phase, CCP, if they just kept catering to us, that minority might shrink and shrink and shrink into a point where they are no longer a profitable company, and they have to close it.
Or they
So they
expect
have
people who
to-
play it
and
to pay more.
For,
And-
biz,
kind of
for
the direction
business
they're going, right?
survival, they have
Yeah,
to
and
adapt and
they have
transition
to
into
adapt
a
the
market to where they
business.
can bring in new players,
I
and
get
that
it.
might piss
Unless
off.
the
This-
player
and
base,
this is
current player base is willing
ultimately-
to pay more, then they
This
can.
is marketing.
This is
it, right?
ultimately, as I've thought this through, and I've done some soul searching, it ultimately comes down to me.
Could you love
I'm-
expert systems now? right?
I'm the one that has to decide whether I'm cool with this or not.
Yep.
And if I'm not, that means I have to move on. For,
Well, it's
for,
like
for my
the-
sake, for me
And
to
not
be
everyone
happy, I
plays
have
the
to be
same
able to
game
step
forever.
away from this,
People
right?
leave games. People leave games. It happens.
But like I've invested so much into this game,
Look
and I
at this
do
little shit.
love it. God, that's a cute cat.
is that the
That's
one?
a cute cat.
I was gonna say like that
Is
must
it
not be
bananas?
Timing,
Sasha.
Is this-
Delana. Thank you.
Because Sasha's like,
Is this
"Oh,
something you could just
Sasha!"
ignore, though?
And then it was the other
Right?
cat's like, look
Or
at this
not?
He
shit.
jumps up on top of my computer whenever I'm eating something.
I mean,
So he was just sitting right here.
I
You know what I'm saying? Like, just ignore it because it's something you could just ignore.
it,
or
it
not.
is. I mean, like in terms of playing
For
the
your
game,
playing time, yeah,
like,
'cause it really
from
doesn't affect
I
gameplay,
would
right?
never. It doesn't affect me personally. But again, it comes back to the precedent that it sets. It
Well, it
sets a
affects you.
precedent
It doesn't
that,
affect your character, right?
Well,
That's-
let's
no,
be
it doesn't
honest,
doesn't
this
affect
is-
me at all because
it
I'm
does.
not
It
buying
bothers
this
you.
shit.
It bothers you though.
I mean,
does
it
affect
bothers
you.
me
Yeah.
personally, but it
That's
doesn't
what I
affect
mean.
my
It doesn't-
actual gameplay.
That's what I mean. It doesn't affect your character, but it affects you.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting at. I have to make the decision whether I'm cool with this or not, and it turns out that I'm not. So there's a part of me that has to just I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
it's a tough balance, Manic.
It sets this precedent that I don't like. And again, I thought CCP was better than this, and I think at a certain time they were, but times have changed and markets have changed, and CCP's got to change along with it. So that's cool. They're doing what they need to do to stay afloat. It's not them, it's me. That's what it is.
The one thing I've just been thinking about the whole time is just in before Space Fortnite.
Now,
That's
oh,
not
man.
even funny.
You want to no
not
way.
even funny.
Hey, if that's what it takes for Eve to stay afloat, why not?
Well, that's when I make my decision.
There you
Hey,
go.
is it me or them? And
Well,
then-
they'd have to bring back the captain's quarters to do the Fortnite dances. So.
Well, that'd take too much development to reinstate.
well,
what
they
they've already
tried that.
done.
It was called Dust 1514.
Oh, Roblox.
It didn't
So-
make it.
So Roblox is Elite Habit Gaming. I'd play Roblox in space. I haven't played Roblox.
Wasn't that an old arcade game where you really
Is it-
really old
is
arcade
it pronounced
No.
Roblox?
No, my nieces and nephews
Roblox?
love
Is it
that.
Roblox?
I've always
game?
pronounced
What was
it
the
Roblox.
one from the 80s? Was it just Robo?
I have a
Is
hard
it
time-
Roblox or Roblox?
Uh,
I have a hard time
Roblox.
doing
Oh
my God.
long vowels, Manic. So I
What's
just
happening?
That's
I
not
just-
the game I'm thinking of.
I just don't do them
know
in my
I'm thinking of the
vocabulary.
Atari
What's
game.
happening? Is it Roblox or Roblox?
That's really cool. I like it.
But it's like with the
Oh yeah.
SP
Stop.
and everything else.
No.
It's
No.
the frog being slowly heated up in the pot.
That's
We're slowly
exactly
getting used
it.
to it. Okay, they're not gonna sell skill points. Oh, okay, now they're selling skill points. Oh, well, they're not gonna really do too much. Oh, now they're selling skills money.
Yep.
Yeah. You know,
It's they
it's
keep
crazy.
pushing the line of what is acceptable, and they do it in little teeny tiny increments so that we don't really notice.
The one thing that's on CCP side with all this stuff is there's not really a competition for Eve out there that's similar. I mean, in all honesty, similar to what we have now. So
Oh,
they
there's
know
not-
that, and they can push that envelope
yeah,
because of that.
yeah, because there's nothing for us to go to.
Yep.
well, also
You're-
another problem is we've gotten extremely good at the game. Like
Well, I have.
we can pick apart their
I
plans.
don't know
ahead
who
of time.
honestly claims they are good at Eve. Nobody,
Well,
nobody
Oh,
can
you
honestly
don't have to
say
be
that
great
they are
at Eve,
good at
you have to be
Eve.
better than the devs, which is
Well,
not a
that's not
high
hard.
bar.
There's many Eve players that are better than the devs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's not hard,
it's just
But
don't
I
play,
think
so-
the
I,
intro-
Hyper Viper is like he's the diamond in the rough. Like he's the one. He wants to be the best.
Here's Sasha.
Hi, Sasha.
He wants to be the very
Oh,
best.
she's so
the
pretty.
best there ever was.
No, I'm more like I don't want to even log in. But I play.
That's
Hey,
different.
you-
Wait. You're saying you don't even want to log in, but like you got to be the best. What are you even talking about then?
You're the best.
You can be the best at certain things. See, that's the thing that's neat
Lolly.
about Eve.
I like
You don't have
that,
to log
Lolly.
in to be good.
Most people who
Oh,
log
wait,
in,
I've
who
got
don't log in,
some.
are the ones that
Hold
are good
on.
at Eve.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
That's funny.
Don't get in a soundboard war with me, man, because I'll lose because I only got like 10 sounds.
And he
See, I
barely knows
wish
how
we
to
had
work
a
it.
million more players. Can you imagine Eve with a
Although I
million
think I have the
more
most
players?
powerful one.
No, that's what I was saying earlier. It would be awful, right?
No, it would be great. More
No.
power blocks.
We'll
I-
have
Can you
three.
imagine if you have a million more players? Because 1/2 are going to know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, but that's half the. I mean, hey,
Oh,
for,
you're
for
true.
me,
You're right. I like picking on idiots. You're
I,
right.
so
That's a
so
good
here's
point.
the thing.
get it.
I hate finishing some games. It's like I enjoy skill point. I'm like, I'm at the level I want to be, and now I don't really want to play anymore. But I mean, that drive to play and get good and good and good. I mean, Eve, there's a limited amount of things you can try to get good at. I suck at PvP. I am good with a Titan, and that's about it. I press a button, I press F1, and I'm pretty happy. But besides that, I don't really do anything besides diplomatic stuff.
After
No,
11
it's
years,
just
I
so
find the little stuff still fun in Eve. I do. I love the game. It's
love
just fucking
the-
fantastic.
I like the
I make it fun though. You know,
general
I'll go out and lose fights all the time. It's
Yeah.
still fun. I just have a good time.
And
with
that's
it.
what
Yeah.
that's what makes it a sandbox. I used to talk about this shit on my stream all the time. I would always go on this tangent. Like, it helps to think of Eve as an actual sandbox, because a sandbox on its own is nothing special. It is literally a box of dirt. But if you put a kid in there and you give him a shovel and a pail and some sticks and some rocks, he starts building some really interesting, cool shit.
And don't
that-
bother him.
And don't bother him. Yeah,
See, yeah,
leave him
yep.
alone. Let him do his thing. That's what makes a sandbox, actual sandbox, such a cool toy.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes
Yep.
Eve such a cool toy, because it's not CCP building the rides for us. They give us the raw materials and we build it ourselves. But over the last 3 or 4 years, CCP has been building more rides for us, kind of directing our way of play and adding microtransactions on top of it.
It's like
I don't-
charging.
Which
It's like
is
charging.
such a departure
It's like
from
you
what
pay
we're
a
used
cover
to.
charge
That's
for
why
the
it upsets
amusement
people.
park, and then you
It's
like
so
have to pay for the
I'm
ride
just-
itself.
I'm just frustrated and
My thing with
sad.
Eve is new players in Eve, not very fun.
I don't want to
The
be a
bitter
downer.
vet side of things, it's not very fun.
I don't
right?
want to be
It's
a
that
downer.
middle stuff.
If
and
all of you
Downer.
in chat,
Did you
all of
take
you in
your
chat
joy,
right
Manic?
now,
Take your joy.
It's a culture difference too. How we were 10 years ago playing the game is a lot different than kids that or young adults that play video games.
yeah,
Are looking
and
for.
that's the market changing. Like,
well,
there's,
it's a mentality change.
there's
with
nothing
gaming
wrong.
generations. You know?
I'm gonna say it. There's nothing wrong with what CCP is doing. I support
You're
CCP
correct, yeah.
wanting to make money.
I mean, they have
just,
to make money.
But there's
they
nothing
ha-
wrong with you feeling like it's not the right thing. There's nothing wrong with that
I'm
side of things
taking
either.
my money elsewhere,
Yep, that's
That's
capitalism.
I mean, that's
and that's not CCP's fault. That's,
Well,
it's
it is.
no
it's
no
not them,
company
it's
can
me.
appease everyone.
No,
Possible.
no,
I mean,
and
that-
I don't.
that-
I
know
don't
that
want CCP
I
to
said that like it's
appease
some
everyone.
profound statement. It's
I have
not.
a, I
It's
have
like a
sound
basic
effect.
knowledge
Can
of
I play
everyone.
my
but
sound effect?
It's
I found
just,
this
so.
one. I'm gonna play this. Hold on.
Is it appropriate?
It's funny.
I hope not.
Then
Okay,
play it. Yeah.
Everybody,
we're fine.
everybody, be quiet. And it's not what you think, but just wait for it.
I'm waiting for it. I love the transition. Did you make that?
What song is that from?
It's oh, what is that song?
It's not tip of my
It's
tongue.
from Fast and Furious.
Fat yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's the
that's
Paul
the one
Walker
where the guy
song
died.
with
Yeah,
it's the
See
Paul
You
Walker
Again.
song with
Yeah.
who did that? It wasn't Walk a
I
Fly
don't-
Flame.
I don't
It was someone
remember.
else, but
That we
Char-
were
Charlie Puth.
DMCA'd.
yeah.
Charlie Puth.
Thanks, Manic.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it also
man.
yeah, it was definitely the Pornhub intro. I recognize that, but it
But
definitely
it transitions
Is
so
it really the
perfectly
Pornhub
into the
intro? Oh
song.
my
yeah,
God,
the
that's
doon dicka doon. I've heard that a million times. Don't ask me why, but I
Why
have.
have you heard it a million times, Jaden?
Oh, come on.
It
We've
ta-
all
you know,
heard
you
it a
gotta mix
million
things up. We've
times.
all
I've
heard it a
about
million
100,000
times.
but yeah.
At least a million times.
I'm a single man, Dom. Don't judge
I
me.
can honestly say I've never heard it before.
You've never heard
I've been
the
to the site
Pornhub
many, many
intro?
times.
I
I've
don't
never heard
believe
the
you.
intro to it.
I don't
No.
believe you. I
He
don't.
is a
You're,
patron.
You
I
you
go
are
to
a
it all the
liar.
time.
You
I've
are
never heard the
such a
intro.
liar.
I'm
You're
telling you, I've
telling
never
me
heard
if
that.
I asked you to recite the Pornhub intro right now, you wouldn't be able to do it?
Doon, dicka,
I got
doon,
it bookmarked.
doon,
Don't get me
doon.
wrong.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
couldn't
no.
tell you what
From
it is, no.
memory.
No,
From memory.
I really
Yeah.
couldn't actually.
We've
That's
all
terrible.
seen
Am I a
it
bad
that
viewing?
many times that we can do it from memory. Don't lie to me,
I
Dom.
didn't know there was
It's
a fucking
alright,
intro.
Dominic.
I'd be
COVID's
okay if
affected
they. I'd be
people
okay if
different
they
ways.
stopped showing the fucking the Jerkmate ads. Like, god damn it.
Are we in the after show now?
No, we're not. So
No,
just
this is
disregard.
the real
Just
thing.
This is still the Eve.
Oh,
Oh,
shit! Why are we talking about
shit.
Pornhub then?
dude, who didn't tell me
I
the
do like Pornhub, I'm
time?
not gonna lie.
Okay, disregard the last statement.
What?
Or do you have
Dude,
it?
I'm on enough lists that
Stop
you
it.
all, everybody
Get
involved
some
here is
help.
all on lists now. I'm telling you right now.
Punk, go to horny jail.
Get some help.
I don't know.
I gotta get that bonk sound effect.
So, Vegas.
Fuck yeah, I
Right, dude,
can't wait.
hyper, dude. We talked about Vegas. We might as well do it again because half of the conversation was already done before Manic, or not Manic, but Matterall hosted us. So yeah, like
Real good point,
we could go
yeah.
into Vegas again.
We should.
I-
We should.
we
go back.
played
We
your-
s-
we-
I th-
well,
I
not your
feel
video,
like we
but
talked about Vegas
Sra-
for like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so
we
I'm
we
going
should
to
go
tell you
back
right
to
now.
this.
I'd like to point out to Hyper Viper that I actually went to Vegas in 2020. Where were you?
I live here.
I know. Where were you?
Yeah, dude, you
Contact me,
live
didn't.
you live there and you weren't there. What's your excuse?
What the hell?
Yeah. So I mean,
'Cause I believe we
yeah,
talked like the day before it. Oh yeah, get a hold of me, and then you never got a hold of me.
Did you get a
I'm
hold of
busy man.
Blastum? Because I got. I know Blastum was or maybe it was someone else that was there. Because I know Blastum
Yeah,
lives in Vegas
Blastum.
too, and he was.
Mhm.
I think not down at the Vegas thing, but then I told him, "Hey, someone's trying to get a hold of you because they're down
That
there."
was
and they wanna
Blastum. Sorry, Hyper Viper. You're right. It was me
Oh,
trying to get a hold
okay,
of
I
him.
was like,
it was
no, I
Blastum.
didn't-
Sorry,
Blastum
my
never
bad.
came down.
No, he never contacted me.
Well, I mean, with COVID,
Victorious. I
mean,
still got a little
If you
mark
if
on
you
my
live in
arm.
Vegas, you are already a super spreader, right?
Oh,
So fuck it. Imagine show up.
Well, no.
Hello?
It's not us. It's them.
I am actually dead.
Hey, Ray.
What happened?
The
Ah.
vaccine killed me.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when that happens.
Now you have a aversion to Apple products. But
See, I'm going with the
So I
Johnson &
actually
Johnson
just
one
got
because
the
I'm always
12
late with my
mini
assignments and a C average
last week.
student. So there you go.
oh no, you're gonna have to return it.
Now I just really want to buy an Xbox.
But
Death, death by 5G.
dude, five
Wait, are
G
you
is.
talking about the vaccine?
No,
no.
No.
I got
Well,
mine last weekend.
I
What'd
got
you
mine
get?
yesterday.
Moderna.
Moderna, yeah.
Are you?
I got the J&J.
How was the after effects? I've heard they're not great.
I grew a third, I grew a
It
third
was-
finger on my left hand.
Headache?
It knocked me on my ass
Yeah, I had a
all
headache.
yesterday. Like,
And
I
then I
had every
bought-
possible side effect.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's so bad, Delana.
My
I
arm
had
hurt and that was it.
headache.
I was feeling warm. Like, all my muscles ached. I was just like, I was such a mess, and I still had the headache today. But I mean, it's a lot better than it was yesterday. But man, I could not do anything, and I kind of was expecting it, but like, man, this sucks. But at least I only had to deal with it for 24 hours, as opposed to my brother who had it.
Did you also go out and like upgrade your like windows and everything too? Like I just felt the real big urge to do that.
Ray,
Oh
They
yeah,
should
like
up.
I
Shut
had an
the fuck
update. I had
up.
to install it last night, and I was like, man, I gotta do this update, man.
Yeah, like I didn't even know there was an
Sounds like
update, but like I
Scarface.
logged in, I was like,
Gotta
there
do
has
this
to be an
update,
update.
man.
And now, yes, now I have a plant on my head, and I still am feeling
both terrible
feverish
people.
in my cheeks.
Does the plant on your head signify like
this
symptoms?
is the worst joke ever.
Terrible people.
I'm actually mad right now that we're
I
going
see,
through with
I
this
see the
joke.
fuming.
We're better than this, guys.
Do you want
We're
me to talk
Uh,
about
we're
like
really not,
growing
actually.
a tail or
Oh
developing-
yeah.
like, starting to
Travis.
do like a long division in my head?
God, I love that.
Uh,
Fucking, that's amazing.
But what was I talking? We were talking about Vegas, I think, before
Vegas.
this.
Oh, let's talk about
milk
Vegas.
it.
Yes.
Milk.
And then real quick,
I
I'll
thought we
have
were
to say
talking about
something
milk.
about Eve New Orleans.
Thought we were
Now
talking
that
about
I'm
milk.
in here.
Talk about Vegas, not those sound effects that you play.
I'm
You
pretty
only
sure
have
the
yourself
sound
to
effect
blame,
comes to
Manic.
Vegas
I
too.
asked for like I saved. I actually just took a
You're right.
screenshot of our
You're absolutely
discussion
right.
just in
You're
case.
always right.
Just in
You're
case,
always
just in
right.
case a lawyer was called. I was like, hey, you see this?
When
I'm gonna
I
pirate the motherfucker, and I'm still
don't-
gonna use it.
You can't like. You have to play those at my funeral.
Oh yeah, it'll be like, we're here
No,
to remember Manic.
Amazing
Every
grace
major
to the sound of
event that you have, that's got to be played as you're putting the candles out.
Or being like, farewell, baby dick.
I took.
Well,
oh, I
baby.
didn't get that one.
You know-
No, I
Does
didn't
Delana
hear that
have
one.
a
I do.
filter on her camera?
She does.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
got like a
That
St.
is
Patrick's
so
Day.
cute.
No, this is just like one of the Zoom filters.
Wait, is it St.
So-
Patrick's
Oh, it's,
Day next
it's
week?
in Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
in 5
it's
days.
fucking March, isn't it? Holy
Oh my
shit!
god!
What happened to the
I
time?
have my St. Patty's Day yardstick. And
Where are we?
Need to get some Jameson. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Liz, yeah, I agree, Liz. I don't think she's. It's probably early still. It's like morning. It's like early morning for her.
And then maybe one day, like,
Turns
I'll
out that she actually is the one that parted the Red
get,
Sea.
like-
It wasn't him. It was Mrs. Moses.
Miss Moses did it.
Little known fact. People don't really realize that.
Oh, the sound. But actually, I don't think I have that. I think last time I played that from a video. It's probably super inappropriate.
But Ray, did you get
Probably.
your vaccine, right? You said you did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got Moderna last.
So you're good for
Saturday.
next month if we do get together thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Like unless
gonna try to set
unless
one up
they
for next month.
unless they're refusing to vaccinate like what is it, like frontline workers, like restaurant workers and stuff, then I'll probably go out and hang out.
All right.
That's
We'll-
my
yeah.
big fear with like Vegas and stuff is that the employees that we're going to be interacting with, whether they're like
Yeah, the
hotel or
service people.
restaurant,
But I think by
bar,
October,
won't be able to
don't
get
you think by
vaccinated.
October it'll be taken care of?
So
That's what I'm-
actually,
that's what I'm
the
figuring on,
casino
anyway.
workers and hotel workers just got approval to start getting vaccinated yesterday or 2 days ago. So
Very
they're
cool.
starting to get. So they'll be fully vaccinated by anywhere.
Oh,
it gets
awesome.
close.
And I think by October most people are.
I think so.
Even
Even by August.
I would say that by October it's gonna be one of two things. People are gonna be vaccinated with both doses, and therefore, like the thing is, like after you get the second dose, like 2 to 3 weeks after that, you're generally no longer even a carrier. So like that's why they say like you get the first dose, and then you have to wait like what is it, 2 weeks or a month, and you get the second
I
dose.
think
Mhm.
two
And
weeks
then it's
after
about
the
2 or
second
3
dose.
weeks after your second dose, because after your first dose you might not be susceptible to the symptoms, but you might still be a carrier and be able to pass it on to other
Correct,
people.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
the things like after like 2 to 3 weeks after your second dose, you should be no longer susceptible to the symptoms or susceptible to pass it on to other people. And I think by October, most people are going to be either in that state or they just disregarded the vaccine altogether, and they, it's like
I'm
you're not,
Well, that's
you're,
the
you're,
thing.
you're not
To
going to
not have to wear
pass
the
it to them,
spacesuit
and you're not
for
going to
every
catch
fucking
it from
surgery
them, so
case.
it doesn't really matter at that point.
Well, yeah, people want to get out. I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, we've all been stuck at home for.
Although it's not 100%
Too long.
effective, but like honestly, the people that are against the vaccine, just stop. Just please stop. I'm not going to get into the anti-vaxxer.
go live up
I'm not
in the
going to get
mountains.
into the anti-vaxxer like
Canada.
argument, but like anti-vaxxers, please just stop. Okay, we can move on. Sorry.
That's all right. I the biggest thing, the reason why I want to get out the information is it's far ahead enough that people can still plan. I mean, caveat knowing that shit could go south again. Who knows? We're hoping that, and it seems like it's not. But at least having the option of potentially some people can start planning to get together. Like you said in the post, it's not going to be anything super crazy, spectacular. It's going to be Eve players hanging out with each other, hanging out that we haven't been able to do for almost a year and a half,
But
2
we're still
years.
going to do the
me.
big plastic room with all naked. We're still going to do that, right?
What?
Huh?
No? Oh, come on.
There's plenty of Eve players.
I'll get
that
in there
I
with you,
don't wanna
Dom.
see.
Don't
Why,
worry
why
about it.
down? Serious question. Why downtown hyper?
I'll get into
So,
get in there with
here's
you,
the thing.
Dom.
It's a little bit different. We've been doing stuff at the Caesar stuff for a while. The Circa is a brand new hotel that got built, and it happened to be on Fremont.
It's pricey, though.
The place, it is a little pricier, but that's why there's a whole bunch of hotels right next to it that are not as pricey, literally on the same street. The pool is neat. They have a bigger bar than the D bar on Fremont,
Oh,
which the
nice.
D
Okay,
bar is
good.
huge.
I will say, why haven't you thrown it out there yet that the fact that there's no children allowed at this hotel, like that is the biggest draw to me.
Oh yeah.
So
Literally
that's a
21
plus.
Oh,
plus.
really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
adult only.
sold it for me.
I'll
I mean, for
I'll
the
pay a
pedophiles, it
premium
sucks,
for
but
that.
yeah.
What?
Wait, so you're
Did-
saying they
you never
won't
know
have
there
like
might be
random
some?
kids
Don't wanna
walking
fucking-
around?
No
all the
kids
poker
screaming,
machines?
no families like, oh my god, look at those drunk people, like
Yeah.
dumb shit.
Did you actually run into stuff like that? Because I did not experience that.
Oh,
I didn't, but
I mean, I don't know.
I
I
mean,
mean, I didn't. Most of that's a blackout phase for me, so I don't really know most of what goes on there.
Well, I can't be blacked out all the time that I live here. But
Oh, good point. Yeah,
there
I
is the
am.
thing,
I
little
would
bit
be
with
probably.
that.
Yeah.
So I mean, Fremont has a lot of stuff to offer. A lot more entertainment than say, over by the Venetian or over there. It's kind of like you have to walk pretty far to there. You just jump onto Fremont Street and you see crazy shit. It's entertaining. We'll get drunk. We'll have fun. And
Well, not
yeah.
needing a huge
Sold.
like
It kind of reminded me of
theater
like
area.
Bourbon
That's
Street with a
right.
giant
That makes it
screen
better
over
too,
it.
right?
Yeah, the Scream is cool actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why Fremont, it's something new, something different, and mix
I
it
usually
up.
just sleep in alleys anyway, so it should be easier for me over there down pretty much.
what the fuck?
Little people will join you.
I tell you, it's cheap that way.
Don't shit on Alley Sleeper's Rain.
Exactly. I find somebody's got a shower.
Wait,
fucking-
you get a shower?
I'm
in
using
Alley?
that for the
notorious
first
for
3 or 4
hating
days
homeless
anyway,
people.
so.
She has a deep hatred for
I
the
know,
homeless.
it's ridiculous.
I hate them so much. I
Oh
give
my
them
God.
homes so that they just don't
You
exist.
give them homes.
Stop.
See, that's
Stop
that's
being
that's
homeless.
that's
No, they're
Stop
like,
being homeless,
That's
you
stop
fucker.
being
being
Give them
homeless. Get in
homes
this house.
so they're
Here's
no
a
longer
fucking
homeless.
house. Now you get in
No
there.
homeless people.
that's
Clean-
discriminatory.
Clean up
That's
and
terrible.
get your shit together.
That's terrible.
I can
Get
just
in
see
that house,
Rain
clean
like
yourself up, I
just
don't
has a
want to
new
see
house, has a new
She's so
house
mad.
built and just takes some homeless person and shoves them inside. It's like, not homeless now, are you?
Like,
Those
sir,
of
what
you
the
know
fuck are
Rain,
you doing
and
in
listen,
this
I can
apartment?
see here with the
Oh,
fucking
were you
horse
trying to
riding
be
crop,
homeless?
smacking
Get
people
the
doing
fuck
that.
in there.
Get your
Oh,
cardboard
man.
box out of here. Here's a brand new apartment. Here's your key. Congratulations.
What's
wrong
wrong
with
with this?
I imagine they're
God.
rain with lighter fluid
That's
and
awesome,
matches
man.
light
So
their
much that you
cardboard
give
houses
them
on fire. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
You fuckers.
Hey, I'm panhandling here.
Wow. Anyways,
Okay.
but it should be a good
God.
time. They already started opening up shows, so I'm sure by October there'll actually be shows produced and being able to be done again. So I don't know. I think
Are you
Wait,
going to
Hyper,
try to do
real-
any
real- so real
event
talk question.
type stuff?
Yeah, what's up, Rain?
So when are you guys gonna have like a Mind One at the Omnia opening for Illenium or whatever the fuck his name is? Like, when are you guys gonna do that?
Millennium.
Dude, well, so here's the thing. Here's the issue with that. We want to hang out with Mind One if he comes out. We hate to put him in a position where he has to do work. But the Omnia is gonna be pretty expensive to get him there.
All he has to do is play like some Apple playlist sort of thing and say, "Put your hands up" in a microphone every now and then. Like,
There are a lot of
I might
vacant
there
lots
and
there.
not a
though.
though.
bunch.
You
Like,
just gotta
like-
push play on iTunes.
And then
Well,
just
He
Bob
does a
your
good
head.
job. He does a great
he's
job.
good. He's really good. So my thing with Vegas is I want to see Mind One, but I get what you're saying where you don't want him to work. So
Yeah, he wants to come out and hang with us just as much. I think it'd be fun at some point,
Also-
maybe in the few years when it builds up and we can, not have to worry about contracts and stuff, and we have enough people want to go to the club that we can rent it out and do something like that. Because I think it'd be a lot of fun. Because obviously they let what was the CCP guy
Bass
sing?
Hunter. Oh, CCP guard.
Guard, yeah, they let Guard sing, so I mean they gotta let Mind One do stuff. So I mean I think it'd be fun. It's just something in probably a few years, especially after last year when I was trying to put together everything as it was. Caesars tried to screw me with the hotel rooms, everybody, and they're like, well, COVID's here, but it's not. It's gonna be all right.
Oh, I remember you
It
going
basically
through this,
took an
yeah.
email and a letter from CCP to tell them, look, drop the contract requirements. Forget them to do that. So that left a really bad taste in my mouth. So that's another reason why Circle would be neat. Something different.
No, I think it's-
and
I was just
some-
curious what the reason behind
But
it was.
also
I think it's a good
another
idea.
important question. Like we're still having the Saturday night party thing, right?
So
No.
obviously I can't plan ahead that far because I don't know what's going on. We'll figure out something. Look, we're very resourceful people. We're gonna want to party hard and we're gonna want to have a lot of fun. So we're gonna figure out something as it gets closer for sure. Whether or
Okay.
not it's all of us do a club or we do pre-sales for something, I don't know. But we'll figure something out. We're not gonna be just hanging around all the time and not doing stuff.
Hanging
Okay,
out in
cool.
the
Because
hotel
I
lobby.
always end up like planning my outfit like months ahead of time, and I'll need to know how far I would have to walk in high heels.
Okay. Well, see, that's what Rain knows more clubs than me, so it's probably should be a better idea of where we should go.
No, I will say I checked already. None of the nightclubs are offering any DJs. It's all like reservation only, and that's like,
Mhm.
do you and your friends want to dish out a couple $1,000s for a table?
Yeah.
So I will say closer to time, once we're all starting to get vaccinated, hopefully they have guest lists and stuff, and then it's like at most $50 to get in. But that's like where you're seeing like good DJs, like a Cash or no, Cash, Chainsmokers, Illenium. Like that's how expensive it gets. So once that becomes available, then like if people like the nightclub experience, they can go for it, and if they don't, then there should be other options for them.
I think we go for a fucking a karaoke bar and have fucking Rain sing for us all.
I
Let's-
agree,
There's plenty.
but not on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
a
no,
Thursday,
not
Friday.
that's like a Friday
Oh, I'm
thing.
thinking
Yeah.
Saturday night. You're the entertainment.
Yeah,
Just
I
do
mean,
it.
that's one thing with the Discord channel would be is kind of like, okay, here's the club that we kind of all want to go to. This is the dress requirements, and everybody putting different events they want to do as things open up and gets closer. That way, it's more of players organizing things, just like how Eve we have to organize our fun. Kind of here, like, okay, let's go. I want to go do this. Oh yeah, I want to go do this too. Let's go.
Well,
Stuff like that.
the dispensaries haven't closed, so I'm fucking covered.
No, they did not stop for anything.
Yeah, they rolling right
Man, I'm
along.
just gonna,
The
like, go in there,
THC
like,
kills it.
Oh, I can't see it. Woo!
Yay!
Is that your dispensary card?
I wish.
It was covered up
Make
by
sure
the
it's
grass. I
just
didn't see it.
Whatever.
By the grass. Too much weed.
Too much,
grass.
too much grass on the card.
There's never too much weed. I'm telling you right now. That's
I
not
wonder
a fucking thing.
if they're still gonna hair test me or whether I can actually start. I don't know.
And you get
Because the
really
only
good
place
mushrooms
I'm
in
getting
Vegas.
hair tested
so
for
just so
is
you know.
closed down.
Hair
so-
tested?
Yeah.
What do you
for my
check for
weed.
what?
For my job.
Oh,
For drugs.
oh, they do a
For
follicle
follicles.
test?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. yeah.
Holy shit, that's some.
It's
They-
a big
they aren't
oil and
fucking
gas
around. And that-
refinery here, but
and
they
that's-
closed down already.
That's like a disadvantage for especially for like women that have longer hair because you
Yeah,
are
like
now
a-
like at
You're
the
both.
you are at the
Fire
mercy
thing.
of like a year and a half's worth of possible use as
But
opposed
you
to
can
like
choose not
me
to
like
apply there too. You
this
don't have to
like
do that.
from when this grew out of my scalp, the tip of my hair is probably like 2 months old tops. So
My hair would probably fucking start shit on fire if you fucking tested it.
Yeah, because I was concerned, like, when I went to, like, Amsterdam, what was that, God, two years ago now? Fuck. But I was actually concerned that, like, all of the secondhand smoke that you just
You
smelled
just
throughout the entire city was
absorb
going to give me a high.
THC.
no, well, it's gotta be smoke.
Oh, I like it.
The
because
smoke.
it's
Yeah,
fucking
the shotgun that.
fantastic.
Just smelling like the skunky weed. That's raw weed. Like burnt weed. Like even second. I mean, you'd have to literally be like hotboxed
Don't be
in a
discriminating
closet
against
for
me.
hours, and then you might show. I mean,
You go
contact.
if your friends hotbox the fucking vehicle you're in every day, you're probably gonna show positive.
You probably will, but
I mean, that was kind of like the city of Amsterdam. They got a lot of,
Hell yeah.
They're
coffee
like
houses everywhere.
it's literally it's sprinkled on like the restaurant tables around there. Like you trip over that stuff.
Like, you just, like, get a whiff everywhere. Like, you're just walking along the
it
city.
just
you're like,
stumbles like, oh god damn.
Actually, I
fucking
found
weed.
Vegas last
Every
year.
time.
Tripped over another weed.
Another
plant.
weeds.
Oh, man, another one?
If you guys would just keep all your
Everywhere here
weeds
in
out of the damn
Denmark.
street.
The strip was fucking
Jeez.
dead last October on the weekdays.
Well, yes, last
But you
year
could
was
smell
definitely
fucking
dead.
weed everywhere.
Dude, I live.
Wait,
was a-
Drayden,
it was
did you want
amazing.
to?
I loved
Do
it.
you want me to talk about my thing
Oh,
before?
yeah. Okay, yeah. So before we go, next weekend, Rain, I'm gonna pass it over to her, but she's doing a charity drive event. So go ahead, Rain.
Pass it over to her. Shut up.
Yeah,
Jeez.
so everyone knows Able Gamers from the EVE community, right? We've all supported Able Gamers in the past. They're a community organization. 501c3 is the official name for a charity that raises money to help give people with disabilities the ability to game. So if you've ever seen any sort of a stuff, I would say things in games that allow folks with disabilities to play, so whether that's colorblind mode, subtitles, easy mode, God mode, anything like that, remapping of keys, Able Gamers is a huge advocate for that, but they also go a step beyond where they actually supply physical controllers to those with disabilities. So the Super Bowl, I think 2 or 3 years ago, they used to have the Xbox controller, which was less of a traditional controller, more of like touchpads. So that was specifically to help people with disabilities. They will modify more traditional controllers, whether that's using foot pedals, using like Gommel Knox, using a straw to breathe in and out to move a mouse cursor on the
A
screen.
sip puff, I think you called it.
Yeah. So Able Gamers does all of that. I think it's like about I want to say it's like $1,000, $2,000. Every like 1,000 or 2,000 you raise directly helps a disabled gamer actually be able to play games and make connections with friends. So Steven Spawn, the COO, so Chief Operating Officer, was a huge input into the 2017 campaign that Scared Panda and I raised in 2017. So we raised $35,000 with the help of CCP in the community, largest player run charity event. So he's raising actually for his 40th birthday back in September, $1 million, and that's his goal. So he's pushing everyone in March to try and help him with that. So a lot of friends, a lot of family, etc. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to round up all the Eve players and potentially Eve streamers, though it doesn't have to be Eve, to help him. So being able to either stream to contribute money, to raise money on your own, come up with challenges, giveaways, etc. I know Manic personally is probably going to be doing karaoke for reaching goals to try and
Ooh.
help raise money for able
Twitch
gamers.
sings?
Will there be a website where people can give?
Yeah, so I'm going through Tiltify. So with Tiltify, all the money goes directly to the charity. So that's not giving it to someone's PayPal. That's not giving it to Twitch. That's going directly to the charity. So if you go through a Tiltify link, I gave it to Drayden if he wants to link in chat.
Okay, can you he lost it.
Was that in the
Can you do
DMs
it?
or was
Yeah.
that?
Yes. Yeah, here, let me link it to you. I'll do it separate.
Oh, okay. Is it the FYI the Google Docs thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so that link's in there. So that's the overall campaign. So I made it like I just called it Streamfleet because Eve players and streaming, that's the easy go-to.
Yeah.
But it's more than just Eve players or just streaming Eve. It's for like literally everyone. I'm promoting it on Twitter, promoting it to friends. Obviously more than just Eve players, but
Yeah.
I try to find a common denominator. So I'm
So if
trying.
somebody wants to donate, do they hit the donate button or the support campaign button?
Real quick, I do want to touch on one thing. Victorious Sockby. So Twitch, they're saying Twitch steals half of everything. That's only for donations. Or no, sorry, whoa. That's only for subscriptions to a channel. Twitch keeps half of that. So these donations are going to go. They're not going to pass through Twitch's hands. They're going to go directly to the link. So 100% of all these donations are going to the donation cause. So Twitch doesn't get their hands on any of it. So Twitch only keeps half of subscriptions and half of the bit, or no, they don't actually keep any bits, but bits, when you buy bits, you buy a penny worth of bits for more than a penny. So Twitch doesn't get the money.
Because this is going through Tiltify, Twitch doesn't touch any of it.
Yeah, Twitch doesn't touch
not only that, but like players don't touch any of it either. So you're not relying on, me to go to my bank account and make sure all the money gets submitted, right? And that I get the tax benefit. It's going directly to the charity.
Yeah.
So really the only person who has any say in anything is Tiltify and the charity. And Tiltify works directly with these charities. And so I gave you Steve's name, right? He's the chief operating officer. He's using Tiltify himself for this campaign. So that's how much trust and how much I would say working together that Tiltify works with charities directly to sort of minimize those overhead costs.
So good point on the thing. So don't do the donations. I mean, you can God, I keep mixing up. Don't do the subscription stuff. Do the donations through the Tiltify, and it all goes to
the charity. Do it through the Tiltify link that Drayden posted in chat.
Okay, a question about that link. There's two sections. There's a donate button and there's a support campaign. Does it matter, or?
So do donate. If you want to just give money, do donate. If you want to support campaign, that's where you personally can make like a Tiltify account and contribute money to raise. So let's say like right now the goal is like 1,000. Let's say you personally want to raise $100. So you could create your own account, participate as a team member, and say, hey, out of that 1,000, I want to contribute 100, and that is my personal goal. And so that's what you can do if you want to do something separate for your stream or for your community. You can do that, but then overall, what it shows is that money is given towards Streamfleet in support of Spawn Together. So if you notice, the campaign overall is for Spawn Together. So it's not just Streamfleet raising money for Able Gamers. It's Streamfleet supporting Spawn Together, which is Steven's last name is Spawn, or Spone with an O. And so then it kind of supports in that manner.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the
so that's like
clarification.
if the goal was like 10,000, but you're like, I can't raise 10,000 on my channel, but I want to let's try and do 200. You could set your own personal goal for 200 towards that 10,000, and then that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate the clarification. Thank you.
Yeah. And so, that's why whenever I do campaigns, I usually try to always push Tiltify. I also do it where, anything to my Twitch channel, I give back. But, at the same time, that's not really fair to people. It's very difficult to do transparency and, instant sort of, response, right? Because I have to wait on Twitch to do a payout to then wait on PayPal to do a payout versus just give your money to Tiltify, 100% goes to the campaign, it's all good, and it's all good, and
it's easier on both ends actually. So.
Yeah, and then you're not worried. There's been in the past, the reason we do this and the reason Tiltify exists is because in the past people would
refund.
Create these scams or do refunds or all this other stuff. So this is a really safe way to kind of protect.
Imagine scamming a charity.
People
know.
fucking
It's
do it.
fucking.
Though.
It's like
People
the
can
the
be rude.
worst of
Terrible,
people.
yeah.
The worst of
Like,
people. But I
there's
mean, it's a thing.
special
Like,
place in hell for people
even if
like
it's
that.
not a scam, though, like the thing is, like, if people. That's why I like that this is going directly to the thing, where, rather than like it going to the person's channel and then relying on them to relate it. Because even if you know the person that is running the channel, and if they're doing a charity thing, like every dollar they make from that from the charity drive, they're going to actually donate. But the thing is, they still have to wait a while, because just to be safe on their end, just the way that generally PayPal works is that you have a 30-day option to refund a donation through PayPal.
Right.
And so if someone's like, I'm going to donate $200, like, oh, thanks for the $200 donation, but then you send that $200 to the charity, and then 25 days later, the person's like, I want a refund of that $200. It's literally the streamer gets boned, and they have to refund the $200 out of their own pocket, but they already sent the $200 to the charity, and so it just really screws them. And so the thing is, like, to be safe on their end, they have to wait 30 days. Because then the deadline ends, and then they can send the money, but then it's delayed. So it's nice that this is like a direct way for people that want to actually donate, just to donate right to the charity and not
It's
have
a
to
neutral
wait for
third
like
party.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're handling
Well,
the
that's pretty
transaction.
cool. that
It's
they
the
compensate
cribba.
for
It's
that.
the
That's
cribba
great.
of donations.
It's the cribba of Twitch
That's exactly what I
donations.
was about to say.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will ask, like, I know there's a lot of like kind of hesitation with charities. So the reason we like Able Gamers is, one, right, we're speaking to the people involved, but two, they have really, really clear transparency with their financial statements. So like the easy example is, like, they don't really pay their like executives, right? So like if you look at a lot of charities, their executives make over $100,000 a year, and you're like, okay, well, I'm paying $100. Why? Like, how much of that is going to support some employee making money off of running a charity?
Shady as fuck.
Yeah, but like I think Able Gamers, I think 1 year, I don't know if it's still continuing, but like they just don't pay their CEO. Like the top member of their management isn't paid. Like it's all done volunteer work.
I don't mind if the people. Yeah, I mean that's cool. I don't mind if the people working for charities get paid, because like it is a job. It takes work. I don't mind if they get paid. It's the charities where it's like they bring in like 20 million.
Yeah.
And 17 million goes to their employees. It's like, what is this charity doing? Like, you just sent like what? You sent 5% of your donations to the actual cause that you're representing. What the hell is this? Like that. Those are the charities that are bullshit. The ones where it's like, okay, like 70 or 80% goes to the charity, and like 20% goes to like operational costs and like paying employees. I get that. It's like, people aren't going to work for free. So
yeah, for sure. But like
that's like researching the charities is a good idea.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why I really like Able Gamers, because it feels like almost 100% of the money is just passed through to like somebody on the other end, right? So somebody who, with a disability who wants to play games but can't because, due to limitations of controllers or limitations of within a game. And so Able Gamers does either advocacy to like get gaming companies, and I've seen particularly Steven Spawn, who uses Twitter. He has like 100,000 followers, and he uses that as a platform to like preach advocacy for disabled gamers of like all varying levels. And then, but not only that, but then like directly where they like Able Gamers is like, hey, do you have a disability? Reach out to us. We'll work with you, and we will create a controller specifically for you, cost free. And so like, I don't know if you guys know how difficult it is to like create a controller or to modify, say, like an Xbox controller or a keyboard and mouse, so that if you don't have like, if you aren't able to use your hands, how do you use that sort of thing? But that's what they do. And I really appreciate that, because like I feel like they're fighting almost like an uphill battle with getting gamers the resources they need, but also preaching why some of this stuff is so important that particularly me, like I take for granted. Like I all the time, I use subtitles in like literally everything I do, but like for me, like I'm just like, oh, I'm lazy and I don't want to listen. But for some people, it's I literally can't hear and they need to read, and if that's not available, they can't participate in a video game. And so it's one of those things that like I take for granted, but it's super vital for everyone else, You guys are really quiet.
No, sorry. I was in the middle of typing, and I had to focus on
to talk.
I had to focus on every key press. That being said, real quick, we are actually past the 2-hour mark.
Well, I got a question first about the
we've got a.
what do you call them?
No, we've got to
Captions.
switch it over to
No,
INM.
captions question
They've got
first.
this
Yeah.
time slot.
I'm
No.
not. I won't remember.
The time slot is flexible.
Rain, the caption
Yeah.
stuff.
Go ahead, Dom.
Where do
Yeah,
you
what's
get
up?
that from? Who supplies that? How is that a service you have to pay for?
So closed captioning. So that could be
Yes.
anything from like in a video game, 99% of the time it's by the developer.
No, I'm
So
talking
if
about. You don't close caption you?
In Eve, no, I can
No,
read
no,
everything.
when you're
in Eve.
streaming.
Oh, in streaming? So in streaming, that's a third-party extension, and I have it saved, and I want to incorporate it, but I've never taken the chance to do it. But I've seen people with it where they will sit and talk, and on screen is a tool that actively translates what they're saying in text. So that
That's why
way,
I wondered. Is it good? Yeah, if it works very well.
yeah, no, Pete, warned by it.
I thought you did it. Sorry.
It's
My
almost
bad.
like I feel like it's machine learning, so that when they talk, sometimes it gets things wrong, and then it goes back and edits it, and then you can sit there and like train it almost. But
That
that's
sounds
something,
really
right?
cool.
Yeah, but like that's something like on Twitch, right? Like we're doing a literal talk show, right? We're all in English, and there are some people. First of all, English is their first
Okay.
language. Second of all, they may not be able to hear, and they may try and watch our stream to get updated on news or this or that, and we're limiting that because we don't have closed captioning. Like we just don't even consider it, right?
No, I hadn't really thought about it until you just brought it up. But I wondered if there was a service out there you could purchase that would close caption in multiple languages. You never know. I didn't know if there was. I thought maybe you were bringing it up because you knew of a service that did that.
I do know of extension. I don't know about something with translations. I think a lot of the times you can hire someone. So if you make YouTube videos and you want to hire, like, I don't know, into another language, you could probably do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, very good. That is something I never thought about. It's important. Yeah. If you say things that are important, I don't.
Yeah. It's one of those things, right? Like, as when you play video games, that's not something you think about. But if
But
in
I have
mini
captions
games-
on everything I do.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, for sure.
When you play single player?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That's why I wondered if
yeah,
there was a
for
service
sure.
for
It's
streaming,
easier
if
to
it's out there
read
or
than
not.
listen.
I only
in
put
You can
some
be
things,
doing multiple
depending on
things.
the,
Yeah, I agree. It is easier.
in
to
some
read.
things on the voice actor you can't really super understand. Like I remember whenever I was playing Halo 2, whenever
Yeah.
all the aliens made the switch to speaking English, you just like there were some of the actors where they tried to force the accent so much you couldn't really tell what they were saying. That's why I always play with
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
I
subtitles
only
on.
play with subtitles when I'm playing a game that I know.
I have a
Well, one, if
serious
I'm
lack of
streaming a
fucking,
game, because
being able to
I
pay
tend to
attention,
just like
so-
talk over the dialogue, which is a really bad thing, but I do it.
Yeah. But
I
like,
usually listen to music when I play games, right? I don't really listen to the game very
well,
often.
I can,
so
but
that's why
I
I do.
don't.
I do
don't
captions.
because I get distracted by the music and I don't focus on the game.
Well, that's why I'm bad at games. I mean, I know why I'm bad.
Oh, that explains it. That's.
But-
I mean, like
but yeah,
that
like,
makes that makes it sound like that I'm good at games.
Great
though.
see me play. I'm
What is
terrible.
this kill report, Bunny?
I'll talk about it. I mean, Drayden said we were about to swap to the after show.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, I was.
yeah, you want to do less serious talk? I was gonna go into like colorblind mode or easy mode too. If you guys want to ever hear about like my
So
philosophy of
colorblind
that.
mode is bullshit. I am colorblind, right? I put in colorblind mode. I don't see a fucking difference.
So there are some games will have different varieties of
certain ones,
colorblind.
right? Isn't it, like,
Those are
red
the ones
and
you want.
green and different colorblind.
Well, I'm
Reds
really
and browns
colorblind.
and stuff.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Most things look brown to me. Brown and gray.
Are you sure it's brown then if you're colorblind?
It's brown to me. That's what I said to me. It's what I call brown. Of course, I call
I'm-
lots of different colors different things, right? I'll say, well, yeah, look at that. That's the gray one over there. It won't be gray, but that's what it is for me.
I'm partially red green colorblind. It's very minimal, but yeah, like
Oh.
It's a problem when you're
What's
like, minute
Delana's
colors, right?
sprout color?
Delana's sprout color is green. So I'm colorblind to a very specific shade of red and a very specific shade of green. And the best way
Me
I
too.
can describe them is burnt orange. So think of like if you take a
And
piece
burn
of
it.
orange construction paper and burn it. It's not black, but it's
Charcoal's
That would be burnt, though.
burnt orange
Mm.
but forest green, so a very dark, almost burnt green.
Mm.
Those two look exactly the same to me. It's a very
funny.
specific form of color blindness. I've
So
never
what-
known anybody else that has this.
One color that I have a hard time seeing is olive drab, right? And I was in the army for 6 years.
Ooh,
And I
that'd be frustrating.
Swear to God, I thought we wore brown.
Oh shit! I have a hard time
Olive
seeing
drab?
clear, but
It looks brown to me. It's one
like
of the colors I
olive
just can't
drab's
see.
like a green
It's an army green.
If you
Oh,
if you
it's
think of
army
the
green.
army
Yeah.
color,
Army green,
like
yep.
if you think
That's
of a
what it's called.
Sherman
It's
tank,
technically
that's what
called
olive
olive
drab
drab.
is.
Well,
That's what
I,
it's called,
I
yeah.
think of like the little army characters, the little plastic
Olive
ones.
drab, yeah,
Like
that's-
But
that's
they have
that
the
color.
light green and the dark green ones though,
I can't see that, and I
and the
can't see
tan
pink.
ones.
So that
Or
looks
the-
brown to you?
Yeah, brown. I swear to God, I
Interesting.
made it to the point where I was like, I made a comment like, "Ah, shit, I spilled some on my brown shirt, my brown T-shirt, right?" And everyone's like, "What
And
the
they're
fuck
like,
are you
"That's not
talking
brown."
about?" Yeah, like, damn it. And I can't see pink or
Oh,
purple.
pink's
really?
great.
Wow.
They just look gray, darker shade. Yeah,
Oh man,
there's gray-
I'm gonna.
But I see red
I'm
just
gonna
fine.
refrain
So you
from.
do
just
it,
fine. but I
I'm
can
gonna
see
refrain
red, I
from
can
all
see orange.
comments.
I can't see those.
All right, so we got to transition to the after show though.
I thought we did.
Let's.
What the fuck?
Yeah. We're
No, not
15
yet.
Here we
minutes
go.
into the after show. Let's do
No,
it.
we're
Transfer not done. We don't
no,
do the,
switch
do the
channels.
All right, so-
Batman transition.
So no,
Just push stop.
I was just saying, I was just saying, like, we'll do final shots and final thoughts.
Final.
Oh, I
You're
like
a
that
thought.
segment.
I
You
I was,
got
I
it.
was gonna say
Final
I don't know about
shots
the
and final
phrasing on that.
thoughts.
Final
did
thoughts
good,
and
Greg.
final shots.
You did
That's
I would take a shot.
Dude,
So hopefully there's never a final thought.
You do not
Drayden.
know how much time and prep I put into that phrase.
Drayden, you got to make this an actual segment. I will do an
Yeah.
animation. I'll
Yeah.
do an
Once
intro
again-
for you.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. I was just saying, like, I was just saying, like, that's gonna be a thing. Is like final shots and final thoughts.
yeah.
That's,
Final
that-
shots
that's,
and
the,
final
that's what we
thoughts.
do
That
at
is
the end
cl-
now.
I
Yeah.
love clever shit like that.
Dude,
Oh
is
my
it
Go with
God.
my turn,
is it
Sam.
clever?
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
amazing.
clever.
I fucking
it's,
love it.
It's so clever that I'm mad that I didn't come up with it.
It's good.
Damn, I'm a genius. It's great.
You impressed man. That's a
Dude,
fucking feat.
My goals in life are complete. That's all I wanted to do in life. It took until now to do it, but it
It
happened.
took all these years,
took
but you
all this
finally
time.
did it.
No, you're finally able to get a word in edgewise.
All right, so it's wait, it's clever like milkshakes and melting ice cream. Yeah, like that.
All right,
just like
final,
that.
final shots and
All right,
final
so
thoughts. Go.
I feel like let's all just fucking do a shot because
Who's
doing
first?
one by one?
Blazing.
No, not by one. Yeah.
I will drink to the Fearless Deacon Crusade crew. May
we gotta
all
drink a
y'all's
shot for everybody?
megatrons.
No, I'm just saying like we all do a shot to start and then we can all just like final thoughts. And
Oh,
then,
okay.
and then we
May
go
all y'all always be able to use Void large.
for
yes.
large. Yeah. What about
Wait,
I
did
Indian
you
agree.
say
shots?
deacon?
Yep, the Deacon boys.
Are they actually flying deacons?
No, the system, not the ship.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was a ship too.
Nope,
Yeah, I'm
Deacon
doing that.
boys.
All right, we'll run down. So this is definitely a copy from Trash Talk Tuesdays because we're just like, everyone just speak your final piece. It's just I put a clever name on it. So this
I
is
love
a stolen,
that name,
this is
man.
a stolen
I love
segment.
it. I'm thinking up
It's a great
animation
name,
ideas
yeah.
for you already.
Hell yeah.
I keep forgetting to wait my turn. Damn it.
No, it's your turn, Dom.
It is your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Hey. And I don't got anything. I just wanted to drink. So it's
Alright, there
all
you
you
go.
guys. Thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah. I didn't know we were doing drinks in order. I took mine, but whatever. We'll do a shot.
I'm not doing one for everybody.
No, I guess you just do your own. So,
Okay.
shot.
You do
I
what makes
hope-
you comfortable.
Yeah, I hope that
That's bad.
I'll have to come up with my own decision on what meetup I go to this year. But
Both.
Vegas.
I would love to go to both.
You're
I'd love
closer to
both.
Vegas.
But either way, I'm just stoked that the meetups are actually happening again.
We
It's
can
been
start
so
partying.
fucking long since I mean, like, I'm not even kidding. I mean, I have my
Brayden,
friends.
play my orgasm. Do it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
Play it.
I was not ready for this.
Do it. Do it, Drayden.
I told you he's terrible.
Wait,
on
do you
the
want the oh
Do it.
yeah or the
I
shuttergasm?
don't care.
The
Surprise
we're gonna
me.
give it the shuttergasm.
Surprise me.
What the
Alright.
fuck?
Yeah, that's on the soundboard.
Bunny, have you not seen the video?
But yeah, so I'm just glad that it's
I
been
thought
so
we were
long.
using the pufferfish sound. That's my fault.
Oh no! Oh god, I gotta get that on there too.
Got the puffer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm just
forgot
glad that
about
we're
that
finally able to
sound.
do the
That was
meetups
amazing.
again, and regardless of
Fucking
which
love
one I
that.
go to, I know that I'm gonna be able to meet up with a lot of friends that I haven't seen in
Yes,
over
look
a
where it
year
was.
at this point. So I'm just glad that whether things are quote unquote getting back to normal, I'm just glad that at least we're gonna be able to have meetups this year, and there's definitely something to look forward to. Last year it was like a who knows, and then it turned into nope, psych, it's out. But like this year, it's happening. So, all right, that's my
Well,
piece.
Eve New
Oh,
Orleans,
Nolan,
August 13th to 15th. BT Dubs.
Ooh.
Yeah. We did give a shout out to that though tonight. We did.
Is there a
I'm
website,
just, that's all I have to add
That's
to this.
that's her
Jolana,
final
is there a
thought.
website?
There's a
It should
Discord.
be eveneworleans.com.
Thank you. Okay.
Wait, you got that? You got that? You got that website locked down?
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
What the
Nice.
That's
Which I don't know if it has. I need to get him to put the Discord. Well, I don't know. But we do have the Discord, which I could post the link to it in Open Comms channel or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, 13, 15. Elise, you better be there. If I'm there, you gotta go.
Oh, there's gonna be a crawfish boil.
Crawfish
Yeah, dude.
Royal.
God, I'm gonna make myself sick. Mmm.
No, is there a
Yeah,
place
dude.
to like register? I'm not seeing it.
They just announced it today, so I think we still have to add some stuff to the website.
Oh, okay. So I'll come back. Oh, yeah, date's
Yeah.
coming soon. I see it.
Yeah. But it's just like we have the dates locked down, so I think.
Nice.
All right, Hyper, you're up.
Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Well, of course.
Oh, Vegas.
All right, Manic, you're up.
I did not plan
Vegas. Fucking Vegas, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know it. You know it.
All right, Rain.
Shout out to seeing you all again. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen like Hyper and Blazing Bunny. It's missed you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She didn't miss me,
see-
though.
Tom, I see you every week.
Oh, that's right. Every week. Never mind.
Gosh.
It's
You
been, it's
forgot.
been,
To Delana every week too.
it's been days, Rain. Jesus.
I
Yeah,
killed some brain
Tired
cells. there.
days, man.
Yeah. Give some money to Able Gamers, participate if you can, and get your vaccine and show up at these Eve meets.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
NOLA and Vegas.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
be
I
playing.
agree.
I'm gonna be.
I'm thinking
doing-
about driving down there.
I'm gonna be
man.
doing some
It
games
sucks
this
for like
weekend.
a day, then you're good.
Oh, not this weekend. I'm gonna be doing some games for the charity thing as well. So, I'm gonna play Everspace 2. I think that's what I'm decided on. Rain. It looks
That
cool.
looks like a neat one.
It looks cool. It looks
What's
like
it called?
what it's called. Everspace 2. It looks like what Star Citizen wanted to be, but not as open. Not as not open. It's not as
Money grabbing.
MMO. It's more like storyline driven, but it's like a first person shooter, and it's got some like cool like mix between like cyberpunk Coruscant vibes going on in one of the planets. It looks cool as fuck. So I'm gonna play that.
Cool. Okay.
I haven't
I'll have to check
played.
it out.
I just watched the trailer video for it. It looks really cool. It's $40 early access on Steam. I'm gonna get it, so I'm gonna play that this weekend. Next
Hell
weekend.
yeah.
So, all right, that's the show. We're gonna cut it, and then we're you guys
We'll be
watching
right
the
back in
audience. We'll
2
be
minutes.
right back for the
Hey-
after show.
hey,
but
Drayden?
this,
Drayden?
yeah,
I love you.
I love you too,
Manic,
man.
you need to drink one more of those things because you're actually kind of
I
looking
got
like you're ready to
Moscow
go.
Mules now.
There
I
you
got
go.
Ooh.
Moscow Mule.
You look like
It
you're
looks
ready to
like
go.
he's feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Looks like he's on his way.
These are awesome.
You got-
Desolation
you got-
Distilling
you
here
got
in
the-
Salt Lake City, Utah. Highly recommended.
You got the sweaty,
Desolation
You got the
Distilling,
sweaty
okay.
forehead.
Shwit.
The
Nice.
sweat.
It's it's one great thing about fucking the United
It's
States
very
right now.
warm down here
Every
in my
state's
basement.
got good fucking microbrews now. There's not a state out there that doesn't have at least one good microbrew.
Yeah, we got
That's
some
fantastic.
really nice
Well,
distilleries.
Utah's
here.
got
I'm sure.
some really
I'm
good
sure there's
stuff,
one.
actually.
I'm sure there's one.
You've got a lot of regional fucking brews there in Utah.
All right. Anyway, that being said, we gotta cut it.
You
We're
did.
cutting it for the podcast thing. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be right back for the after show for the guys listening live.
Peace.
Bye.